Good evening, and welcome to Game Night on, let's get rid of that, Saturday, the 16th of October. Hope you are all doing well. So my Stream Deck has just decided, and for some reason I'm getting a slight buzzy feedback in my left headphone here. That's very annoying. Oh, don't worry about the look there, Andy. It's all for show. It's actually a relatively simple concept. Although this is a tricky pack, I'll say more about that in just a minute. So it's game night, and apparently all my OBS commands are no longer working on my Stream Deck. So when I press to change an overlay, it said no, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, okay. So that's something I'm going to have to deal with. Why is that one so? Oh, that's why. That's something I'm going to have to deal with, which means changes between overlays and things might be a little bit slower. Fortunately, all the hotkeys for the games do look like they're still working, although they're all largely self-running tonight, which is nice. Congratulations to our winners there on the warm-up. I have to scroll back up the chat to actually find out who did win, because I can't remember now. Where are we? I gave out some pennies to the individual Kosher Knee, the high scoring team tonight, very well played. I did update the Stream Deck recently, Silent Marine. Yeah, I did do that. There was a new pages thing, and actually it hadn't occurred to me to maybe check that it was still working beforehand. So that's my bad, but it's fine. So all the ones that are just use regular hotkeys are still working fine. So hopefully we won't have too much drama, and it'll just be a little bit of possible delaying in between games, and it might mean I don't cut to any ad breaks tonight. So if you're not subbed, you might get an evening without ads, but we'll see. But good evening anyway. Lovely to have you here, all 50 of you according to the count at the moment. Splendid for you to join me. Mrs. Flush is out tonight, so Mini Flush is in charge of the puppy, though we have done a lot of sort of stuff with him today, so he's suitably tired and should just be asleep. Human puppy, that's what the dog calls him, human puppy. Dylan is next door watching some TV in our room, because that's where the dog settles down. So there won't be any Show Me the Pupper tonight, so if you request that, I will refund it, because once he's settled, we'd rather not... I'm not going to be disturbing him tonight, until possibly when Megs gets home a bit later on. He may come in, you get a free Show Me the Pupper, but until then there'll be no puppers this evening. I think the cats are out, those requests you can save them tonight. There is a big dog is just behind me in the hallway, but I think she was sick after her dinner, so I'm hoping that she's just eaten too quickly, or it's just disagreed with her rather than anything bigger being up. So yes, that's what's going on at this end. Let me say hello to you all. Good evening, Apodo and Colo, Big Man Aaron and JY. Hello to Lupine and AB Me, Brian and Tabstop. I'm doing that thing again where breathing in the wrong way. Where do we get to? Tabstop, Connor, good evening. Salem and Zeus, good evening. Shapes and Claire, Free Ruckus and Topper One. Proogs and Mark, Toot and Energia, Pretzel Rocks, Innes, Puzzle Dan, good evening. Calibrated Vision and Derek Agony. It's Sotley and Effrontery, Silent Marine, Tadaru, Brand New Halo, Ondi, Samster, Anicept, Cetra, Joe, MPL Dart, Listwit, and anyone who is lurking in the chat, you're most welcome to be here for our first game tonight, which is Cryptex. Pretty sure it's the first airing it's had actually in Season 5. I think. Maybe it's had one other? I genuinely can't remember. It's been a while since we played it, certainly. And this pack tonight comes to us courtesy of We Like Shapes, to whom we're very grateful. And we're also grateful to Colo, who proofed the pack. Colo said that he thought it was challenging. A particularly challenging pack, and he said he thinks it cements Cryptex's reputation as one of the hardest games in the repertoire of games that we have here at Game Night. So... make of that what you will. Might be a bit tricky. but hopefully it will be good fun all the same. If you would like to play Cryptex this evening, it's a self-contained, self-running game. It's about 40 minutes long. A bit later on, we've got Bidding War from Innis, and then the stuff I promised you is going to be happening towards the end of the night, so make sure you do stick around for that. For now, let's get this first game underway. If you want to play Cryptex, type in the code. And a message from our sponsor, Claire.
Twitch baby time. Thanks for 9 months of the best fun, quizzy and social times. To you, Ben, and to everyone who makes things happen less than 3.
Thank you, less than 3. Thank you very much for the kind words, Claire, and for the 9 months of support. Enormously grateful to you, and I'm glad you've been having a good time. Long may it continue. Thank you for the support. XNYS. Oh, hello, Quizzy Dan. Welcome to the stream. And Amy as well, joining there. Quizzy Dan, Amy, welcome on to the stream. Quizzy Dan loves a good puzzle, and so he does. This one by Shapes should prove to be particularly tricky. Now, all the rules will be explained. Evening, Lingo Maniac, welcome to the stream. All the rules will be explained ahead of the rounds. There are 2 puzzles in the first round, 2 in the second, and then 3 in the final round. Should be fairly straightforward to understand the rules, even if the puzzles themselves are a little more tricky. In this game, your final score will equal the pennies that you get at the end of it, so do play along, even if you feel you're not going to maybe come near the top of the leaderboard. That's completely fine. You still get rewarded for participation in this game. Lots of players joining now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 28, 29 up to so far. It's a good start. I'll give you another 30 seconds to a minute before we get the game going. Most importantly to remember in this game is that you've got to whisper things to Persephone's Twitch bot. And keep your eye on the chat, because the questions will be posted to the chat, and when they are posted in the chat, they are live. Very important you do whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot. And a message from our sponsor, Dante.
Almost a Twitch baby royal 10 red herring.
Almost a Twitch baby royal 10 red herring. Thank you very much for the 8 months of support, Dante. Hope you're enjoying what you've been seeing, and long may it continue. Thank you very much for the support. Lagnag, welcome to the stream, and Sparrowcut as well. Lovely to see you. Hope you're keeping well. 30 seconds or so to come join the game, and then we will get going. But yes, whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot. That is most important in this game. Otherwise... Oh! Hang on. A message from our sponsor, Salem Stowaway.
Let's frickin' go.
Let's frickin' go indeed. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Kicking off our hype train right there before the game has started. Thank you very much for the support. Yes, Lupine. Apparently, Lupine Watting there. Krulon, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here, making it 30. Oh yes, nice present, 69%. Very nice. Nice percent. Oh, nice present. Nice percent. Yes, whispering to the bot, because if you don't whisper to the bot, the message will not be processed. The answer won't be processed. Moderator may delete it. Message from our sponsor, Sparrow Castle.
Choo choo.
Choo choo indeed. The hype train is pulling away into level 2 now. All of the hype going on there, which is fantastic to see. I won't start until this hype train completes then. How's that? In case people keep being generous, can't let it overrule the game, so we'll do one thing at a time. Yes, this is Cryptex, game of my own design if you're playing for the first time. The pack has been written by Shapes. It has been called Challenging by Colo, but that's fine. We can have some challenging things from time to time. By contrast, Innis's Bidding War pack, which is coming up a little later on in the stream, is, I think, easier than previous Bidding War packs that we've seen. It is a debut from Innis that we're going to be seeing a bit later on. Special Life debut, we look forward to that. A message from our sponsor, Brand New Halo.
Chugga chugga chugga.
Chugga chugga chugga, absolutely. Chugga 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 choo choo. Indeed, thank you very much for the 100 bits, Brand New Halo. Thank you for all the support. Now, I need to get rid of all of these warnings that are flagging up at me here, because they are very obnoxious and they don't help anything. Stop focusing on the game window when you don't need to, because it lags it then. Should you go heat food in microwave? You've got maximum probably 3 minutes, Ondi, I would say. Well, thanks to Coda for pointing out the bits that need to bring down to challenging from literally nobody's going to get that. Yes, apparently there was a little back and forth between the writer and the proofer on this pack, but always good to have, and I think writers generally appreciate feedback, and I'm sure the community do as well, especially if they're a little on the tricky side. You're going to heat the E. Okay, Ondi, you crack on with that. Game will be here when you get back. Really, Salem? How rude. How very dare. Oh, and a message from our sponsor, Topper One Gaming.
Last bit of quizzing before my long overdue holiday. Let the cryptic war stuff begin. Closing parenthesis.
Yes, thank you, computer. Cryptic war stuff, that sounds about right. Thank you very much for the 11 months of support, Topper One Gaming. 11 months, holy potatoes, thank you very much indeed. Very kind of you. Hyping his holiday more than his games. And yes, do have a fabulous holiday, Topper. Are you abroad? Are you staying in the UK? Or is it a family thing? Or you and mates? Or you on your own? What's the shindig? Malta! Very nice, very nice. Well, have a wonderful time. Yes, I suppose it's half term. It's half term next week, so not that that really matters when you're an adult quite so much who isn't involved in education in any way. But right. And a message from our sponsor, Silent Marine 0.
Sounds like a night of wartime code cracking.
It does a bit, doesn't it? A night of wartime code cracking. Can't be bad. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Very grateful for the support. Malted milk biscuit. Oh yes, I loved malted milk biscuits as a kid. They were probably one of my favourites, if not my favourite biscuit as a young person. We always, what else? Like Jaffa cakes. I know they're not really a biscuit; they're a cake. Jammy Dodgers. I used to like a jammy Dodger. It's a biscuit I've sort of grown out of love with slightly. I'm not as fond of it. And hello, Salem Stowaway gifting out a community sub there to Apodo Nuevo. Welcome on in, and Salem, thank you very much for the generosity. 94% on level 2 of this here Ike train, 6% away, and a message from our sponsor ABMe208.
More sub, more hype.
More sub, more hype indeed. Thank you very much for the 11 months of support, ABMe. That is enormously kind of you. And we have pushed through level 2, and we are... Does the timer restart? Because if the timer restarts, I might just start the game. Yes, the timer restarts. Right, okay, fine. Hello, Score, welcome in. Welcome on in, making it 32. I'm not going to sit here for another 4.5 minutes in the hope that people give more subs or bits. I'm very grateful to those of you who have. We are going to get this game underway. So, if you're all ready... A message from our sponsor Tadaru. Actually, I'm not sure there is a message there, but thank you very much for the 100 bits all the same, Tadaru. Very much appreciated. Right, there might be some alerts going on over the rest of this. I could just pause alerts, actually, which I might do if it looks like there's going to be loads. But for now, let's get this game underway. So, this is Cryptex. Round 1 is called Decryption. Every 20 seconds you'll be presented with an index number and an 8-letter clue. 8 clues in total. These clues will help you crack the Cryptex at the end of the round. The clue and the Cryptex share the same letter in the index position. So for example, if you are given clue 6, hopping Australian marsupial, the answer would be kangaroo. You need to take the 6th letter of that word, and put it into the 6th slot of the Cryptex. That's what the Cryptex part is all about. After all 8 clues have been revealed, there'll be a 10-second break. At any time before the break, you may submit the answer to any of the clues that have been revealed. Each correct answer is worth 5 points. Any incorrect answers or repeats cost 1 point. Okay, so you can lose points in this game. Spelling must be exact. All of the clues in this first round will be 8 letters long. After that 10-second break, crack the Cryptex. You have only got 1 attempt. Cracking the Cryptex is worth 20 points, but an incorrect answer will cost you 10. So the more you're able to answer correctly, the more chance you have of cracking the Cryptex. Bear in mind, you don't necessarily have to solve the clue to be able to get the letter of the Cryptex. So, yes, it's all there on the screen, Krillon, so do have a read through of it again. You don't have to get all of the clues to get all the letters to the cryptex. So for example, you might think that you know the first clue starts with a S, for example, and if that's the letter you need for your cryptex, you can take that S even if you don't know the whole rest of the clue. Whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot to answer, and again, use of pen and paper is strongly encouraged. As Score says, just play along, you'll get the idea. Long and short of it is, the answers are 8 letters long, and for each clue, you need to take one of the letters and put it into the cryptex slot. That example there in the middle, for example, kangaroo, is telling you need the 6th letter of that. So kangaroo would be your answer, and then you take R and put it into the cryptex slot. That is the general gist of the entire game. Let's see if this playable through chat only, no stream. Ooh, could be interesting, Derek Agony. We'll have to wait and see. Remember, whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot. Don't type your answers in public chat because they won't be processed and will be deleted by a moderator. Good luck to you all. Once I press the button again, the game cannot be stopped and it will run to its conclusion. Round 1 is decryption. Let's reset the cryptex. So, starting off with, given a place at, for example, a university, or allowed entry to a ticketed venue. It's 8 letters long. You want the 4th letter, and you want to pop that into your cryptex slot. A few answers coming in now. A couple of wrong answers. Remember, you can answer that question again later on, so if you suddenly think of what that first one is, you can still answer that. Next clue, not the favourite. You want the 3rd letter, and it used to go into the 3rd slot of the cryptex, not the favourite. Remember, you can re-attempt if you're wrong, and you can attempt previous clues even if they're no longer on the screen. On we go. Lack of courage, a tendency to be easily scared. 7th letter is what you want. Lack of courage, a tendency to be easily scared. Okay, next clue. A bird watcher or someone seen on this platform. You want the 5th letter. Remember, you can re-attempt. If you get something wrong, if you spell something wrong, for example, you can re-attempt it. Next clue. Recreate a situation by means of a computer model. You want the 6th letter. Remember, you get 1 penny for every point you've got at the end of this game. So always worth bearing that in mind. A few more missteps there. Next clue. Having the authority to claim or do something. You want the 2nd letter into the 2nd slot of the cryptex. Having the authority to claim or do something. Couple of right answers sneaking in here. Okay, creatively motivated. You want the 1st letter into the 1st slot of the cryptex. Your right answers coming in there. And next clue, I think this might be the final one. Swimming pool, sanitation, chemical. You want the 8th letter, and that's going to go to the 8th slot of the cryptex. Remember, the more clues you've solved, the more chance you have of solving the cryptex. Remember, minus 10 in a minute if you get the cryptex wrong, but plus 20 if you are right. Evening Digital David, welcome to the stream. Right, there's the freeze out. 10 seconds to check your answers. No answers will be accepted during this time, and then you've got 20 seconds to crack the cryptex. Go, have you solved it? 20 points if you're right, minus 10 if you're wrong. You don't have to attempt. A few people are attempting without all the clues. A few right answers, a few wrong answers. And the answer to the cryptex, the solution was indicate. Indicate is what we're after there. Admitted is to be given a place at. Not the favourite is the underdog. The underdog is not the favourite. Lack of courage is timidity, where we got the T from. A bird watcher or someone seen on this platform is a twitcher, from where we got the C. To recreate a situation by means of a computer model is to simulate, that's where we got the A. Having the authority to claim or do something is entitled, from where we got the N. Creatively motivated is inspired, from where we got the I. And a swimming pool sanitation chemical is chlorine, from where we got the E. It's the end of puzzle number 1. Mark, MPL Dart, Samsung on 55, Innis on 54, AB Me, Anasep on 49. A few players yet to score, dipping into negative. Still plenty of time to make that up. We're going to have another puzzle right now. Same format as before. There we go. Let's reset the Cryptex. And back in we go. Starting with a Spanish dance. You want the 8th letter. Ooh. A lot of red there. Someone's got there. Tadara and Samster have got there. Mark has got there. A lot of points getting lost there, though. Preliminary stage of a cycle race or part of a book. Preliminary stage of a cycle race or part of a book. You want the 6th letter. On we go. Service must be delivered from behind this. Got the 4th letter. Answers creeping in here. A few correct answers. On we go. Fill a field. 3rd letter. Fill a field. Two correct answers creeping in. Two wrong ones as well. Let's go on. A type of Italian restaurant. You want the 7th letter. Here. There we go. To perform astronomy, you want the 5th letter. Remember, you can solve previous clues if you suddenly have a brainwave. To perform astronomy. A few people getting some answers in, which is nice. Let's go on. Hairline as found in a bone. 2nd letter. Quite a few green lights coming up here. Lots of people getting the answer. Very well played. Well played. Mark currently with the lead on 84. Material produced with political intent. Originally in Soviet Russia. You want the 1st letter. This is the final clue. Any more? Last chance. Okay, 10-second break. Check your answers. How many clues have you solved? Have you worked out the Cryptex? The more clues you've got, the more likely you are to get it. It's not guaranteed. 1 attempt, 20 if you're right, -10 if you're wrong. Solve the Cryptex. Lots of green lights, a couple of red ones. Last few seconds if you want to have a go. Soviet Russia Cryptex cracks you. The answer to the Cryptex was arpeggio. Arpeggio. Spanish dance was a fandango. Possibly some alternatives in there as well. The preliminary stage of a cycle race is a prologue, from where we got the G. Service must be delivered from behind this is the baseline, that's where we got the E. To fill a field is to populate, from where we got that P. The type of Italian restaurant is a pizzeria, from where we got the I. Form astronomy is to stargaze, from where we got the G. The hairline as found in a bone is a fracture, from where we got the R. Material produced with political intent is azeotrope. That is the end of puzzle 2. Mark with the lead, 109. Samson's in second with 99. Anisep and Innis tied up in third with 93. That's the end of puzzle 2. That's the end of round 1. So a few seconds to catch your breath before the rules to round 2 are explained. I can't pause the game at this point, so you've got about a minute to digest these rules. Round 2 is combination. Gameplay is functionally the same as round 1, however each clue is now a combination of 2 words. The ending of the first word is blended with the beginning of the second word. At least 2 letters will overlap, possibly more. So for example, you could have the clue being poker hand of 5 hearts with bar black blank, that would be flush plus sheep, which would give you flusheep as your answer. As before, take the letter in the index position given and add that to the cryptex. The more you solve, the more you could get. And this is a round where actually you might figure out half a clue but not the whole thing, but you can still take that letter. It could be useful for solving the cryptex later on, even if you don't get the full clue. The only Pokemon related thing I like. The Pokemon propagator, I like that. It does tend to do that, to generate Pokemon names. So I'm going to come around to this side, bring my microphone up here. Love to see artists of all the Pokemon created here. Yes, seconded. Alright, game is... And yes, still just 8 letters in the cryptex, and everything, all the answers will be 8 letters, combination of something that totals 8. So, not Yanni, and to pass information onwards. Mash those two together, and you'll get an 8-letter made-up word. Even if you don't know it, you could still get a letter from there. I know what the first one is, not the second though. Right, next clue. After a deadline and skittle. After a deadline and skittle. Whisper at tab stop. At least 2 letters. At least 2 letters is the overlap. Gin and vermouth and a louse lava. Gin and vermouth and a louse lava. Nice to see Zeus getting this one. You want the 7th letter here. At least 2 of the letters overlap. A burrowing rodent and reduce. Hopefully it'll become clear when the answers are revealed, Ondi. Ooh. Mark's got there. Lots of red coming up on this one. Lupine's found it as well, as has Samster. Next clue. Triatomic oxygen and Pushkin's literary character Eugene. It's got to be exactly 8 characters, Krulon. If it's not going through, then there's a good chance your submissions aren't exactly 8 characters. Yeah, it is harder than the Purge, Ondi, very much so. Choose as a representative and a stand for reading. Combine those 2 together and you'll get an 8-letter phrase. I think I know what that one is. Okay, onwards. Unshiny, as with paint, and a central principle of belief. You want the first letter of this. Mash it together. Oh, did it? That is interesting. That might be a bug then, Krulon. I'll have to look into that. It shouldn't accept anything unless it's 8 characters. Green tea, matched together with Michael, 1989 French Open men's singles champion. This is your final clue. Then it will be time to solve the cryptex. Mark has got 8 out of 8, should have the cryptex already. Sam's to 7 out of 8, Innes 6 out of 8. Right, there's your time up. Have you got enough information to crack the cryptex? 20 points if you have, minus 10 if you give me a wrong answer. Time to crack the cryptex. Lots of souls straight away here. Lots of green. Tadaru giving it a go with just 1 soul there. Yeah, it's not likely to yield much luck. Let's check it out. The cryptex was Mountain. So you had Lorelei, Laurel and Relay, After a Deadline and Skittle, Late and Tenpin, Leighton Pin, Gin and Vermouth and Louse Lava, Martini and Knit, Burrowing Rodent and Reduce is Volacine, that's gone too quick, Ozonogen, Electurn, and Matinet, and Matchang. Yes, Mole and Vole, there could have been some distinction there. Mole and... yeah, that seems a bit unfortunate. Oh, mole's not a rodent. Thank you, Innes, for clarifying that. So there we go. Mark in the lead still with 168. Samson's got 154. Innes in third with 141. Hopefully, still don't get it. Well, maybe a second watching on the second watching through. Try the second puzzle on for size. See how you get on. So, Unpolluted, mashed together with, for further information on Scarfolk Council's material, please do this. Oh, a stumper at the beginning. No one even attempted this one. Lupine's got there. As has Dan. Wednesday, approximately, and to stretch out. I have an inkling, but I might be wrong. Like a wasp, mashed together with a small version of a harpsichord. Like a wasp, we want the 8th letter of this. Anyone going to have a go? Doesn't look like it. Oh, Zeus has got there. Ponder it some more, it may come to you. 1976 Joni Mitchell album and the pool equivalent of a frame in snooker. Tough round here. Tough round. Think on it some more, maybe it'll come to you. Let's go on for now. Censor and performer, 3rd letter. There's a couple of solves coming in now. Any more for any more? Finnish software company and the eldest Baudelaire child. Are you coming through here? I think I know the first one. Remember, you got the first letter here. Onwards. Italian number 7 and the Italian decimo. Two wrong answers on that. Couple of solves here. Couple of incorrect. Let's go on. Line separating parts of a fraction and the darkest stage of twilight. 4th letter. This is your final clue on this puzzle. Okay. Tricky puzzle there. Is anyone going to crack the Cryptex? Remember, -10 if you're wrong, but 20 if you're right. Here we go. Anyone going to attempt it even? Mark has done it. Krulon's had a go and is wrong. Lupine has solved it. Only 2. Well done if you got that. The Cryptex was redirect. So, pure read, where we got the R. It was what I thought, midweek with an E on the end. Like a Wasp, the small version of a harpsichord is Vespinet. The Joni Mitchell album, the pool equivalent is Hijirak. That's tricky. Censor and performer is Redactor. That's nice. Finnish software company and eldest Baudelaire child, Roviolet. Ah yes, Rovio and Violet. Italian number 7 and Italian decimo is 17th. And the line separating of a fraction, the dark stage of twilight, is Solid Dusk. That is the end of puzzle 4 and the end of round 2. You may be relieved to hear Mark with a very formidable lead at the moment, 208. Samster is in second with 168. Lupine now moves into third with 161. So, one final round to go. 3 puzzles in this round. Here are the rules. Round 3 is called Cryptex. In this round, all you need to do is crack the Cryptex as quickly as possible. Do not submit answers to the clues, only crack the Cryptex. That is important. The clues will be different numbers of letters this time. At the beginning of the round, the Cryptex is worth 55 points. Clues are revealed every 15 seconds, and each clue drops the value of the Cryptex by 5 points. You have but one attempt An incorrect answer will earn you 1 point for each letter in the correct position. So when it comes to the end, you may as well attempt, even if you have no idea. Even if you've only solved 1 or 2, you will get a point for everyone in the right position. If you solve the Cryptex, you get the points that are currently displayed in the bank. This is the final round, only 3 Cryptexes remain, and again, just to stress, only solve the Cryptex, do not try to solve the clues, because if the clues happen to be 8 letters, it will try and process it as a Cryptex response, and you will not get any points. So, best of luck. 3 puzzles, slightly faster for each one this time, here we go. Starting off, the Cryptex is a card game. Card game. Wow, top of 1, taking it with 55 points. Very well, we've only seen that happen once before. Zeus also solving that. We're now down to 50 points in the bank. EU member state whose English name comes first alphabetically. It's the 5th letter here. A few more people solving after just 1 clue. This is incredible play. People solving it very, very quickly. Could make a big change to these scores. 8th letter, currency of Thailand with 4 letters. 45 points if you can solve now. Form of sugar present in milk. 7 letters long, you want the 4th. Good question, MPL Dart. That is my bad, and I'll explain why that's my bad in just a minute. From a word meaning green, typeface for on-screen reading, 7 letters. It was probably just a typo. Shapes might be able to clarify how many letters that answer should have been. Middle word of Australian newspaper abbreviated as SMH. 7 letters long, you want the 6th. Oh, we'll see when we look at the answers in a minute. That is probably my bad. The index at the beginning will have been correct, though. So there's a good chance it was probably 8 letters long and I just mistyped something. Someone who arrives after the agreed time. It's 9 letters long, you want the 7th. It was probably my fault, Shapes, actually. I'll explain why at the end of the game. Yeah, the Thai currency one. French antecedent of pinball. Or antecedent, I think is that word. 9 letters long, you want the 1st. 20 points in the bank, if you can solve it now. First word in fictional character trope MPDG. 5 letters long, you want the 3rd. This is your final clue. 15 points for solving now. You might as well give it a go at this stage. There are no further clues. You've got 15 seconds after this to try and crack the Cryptex. Do give it a go. 10 points if you can solve it. 1 point per letter if you can't. Still worth a go. Might be worth some points for you. Solution to the Cryptex was Baccarat. Baccarat was what we were after there. Well done if you solved that. But, yes, so I've no idea what's gone on there, how it could have come up with the 8th letter. That's my bad. I'll have to look into what I did there. Answers coming up on screen and in chat now. Yeah, I will look into it. So those are your answers. Are they all wrong? Right. There may be a problem with the pack. Do what you can. We're looking for a 1970s album. Big Man Harron attempting after just the category. A few people are as well. What I will say is that the letters will be correct, even if the order is wrong. Apparently this is a popular tourist destination on Mexico's east coast. 6 letters, you want the 6th. Right, okay, so there's possibly an issue somewhere else in there. Microorganism that can cause disease. 8 letters long, you want the 8th. I will explain, I think I know kind of what's gone on here, and I will explain it at the end, but for now, let's see what we can do. Looking for a 1970s album. This clue, to slow cook food in liquid after briefly frying it. 6 letters long, you want the 5th. On we go. To interrogate. 8 letters long, you want the 2nd. Yeah, Silent Marine is saying, to keep note of the letters, it might be you have to anagram it at some point, which I know is unhelpful. But if there might be a flaw somewhere in this pack, which I'll explain at the end, if I can. Science of mapping the moon. 12 letters, you want the 4th. Oh, I see. That strikes me as odd if that is the case. American music website founded in 1995 as a turntable. Jury spokesperson, male, 7 letters. You want the 1st. I'm just going to check that. Let me just check. Large hold of Swiss cheese, 8 letters long. You want the 3rd. Right, time to try and solve if you can. I'm going to see what comes up here. Autobahn, yeah. Okay, so I'm with you on there. There is something afoot in this pack because that's not what this should be spelling out at all. I'm not sure what's happened there. I can only apologise. So we'll do what we can, but something has clearly gone wrong with the decompilation of the pack. Let's see if we can play out this last one anyway and see what happens. Yeah, I can see that we've got the same problem here. Category, we're looking for part of the body. Makes it more exciting. That's the spirit, Quincy Dan. That's the spirit. Country in which Chulalongkorn and Thammasat universities are located. 8 letters. Elizabeth, designer of Princess Diana's wedding dress. 7 letters. Yeah, it might not even be that, David. If it's picked up the wrong indices from somewhere, then no, I'll yeah, okay. Something's gone wrong. I can't stop it now. It's the last puzzle anyway, so we'll just sort of have to go through them. See if you can solve these for sort of morale points. In economics, a market with only one buyer. My Beautiful Blank, 1985 film starring Daniel Day-Lewis. Yes, it cannot be stopped. Cone-shaped stack of shoe puffs held together by caramel, 13 letters. Coda spotted the problem. Okay, we'll hear about that in a sec. A wait at an airport between 2 flights. One more clue. Technical equipment for a scientific purpose, 9 letters. Yes, the Cryptex has become sentient, that's the problem. Right, 15 seconds if you want to try and solve it, it's part of the body. It was Timpanan, Thailand, Emmanuel, Antiquity, Monopsony, not Monopoly, Laundrette, Croquembouche, Layover, and Apparatus. That is the end of Cryptex, a rather unorthodox end, but our winner is Mark E54. Let me see what Colo's said. Right, yeah. Now, Coda's just said to me, and I knew this about the pack. It was submitted on an old template, as I regularly update the templates and encourage people to re-download. But I sort of I don't necessarily update the packs until they're coming into the game. But when this was submitted, the rules of the game were slightly different in that the indices on the last question weren't fixed to 1 to 8. So it's caused a bit of a mess there. Also, what I did, I went through and I manually, because what I thought might have been the problem, I went through and manually added in how many letters were in each clue because they weren't written in. Yeah, so there's basically been just a little bit of cross-wiring between the template and how the game functions, which has led to that. So huge apologies to everybody playing there, and massive apologies to Shapes as well for ruining the final round. Fortunately, the first 2 rounds seemed to go off without a hitch. Yeah, a tricky pack, but hopefully you found that fun. Oh, Shapes, not your fault at all. It's yeah, cross-wiring is a nice way. I'm going to stick with cross-wiring here, Free Ruckers, if it's all the same. But yes, a little bit of a cross-wiring between question pack and build of game. So apologies for that. Occasionally these things do happen. I try to limit as much as possible. So thank you very much to Shapes for the pack, all the same. Let me give you 100 author credit pennies here. Where are you? We like Shapes. Author bonus, 100 pennies. There we go. And of course, our medalists. Let's start with the Cryptex Gold. No doubt about who that goes to. That is Mark E24. Cryptex Gold. Very well played to you. Cryptex Silver is going to go to AB Me. GG's to you. AB Me Cryptex Silver Award Medal. And Samster picking up the Cryptex Bronze. I think that completes your Cryptex collection now, Samster. I think you've got at least one of each medal. So nicely done. Samster Cryptex Bronze Award Medal. And of course everyone else, the points that you have will be turned into pennies. Thanks very much, Quizzy Dan. Good to see you. Hope you're well. And let's give out some bonus pennies to everyone. We'll just call it Whoops 56. So that was Cryptex. I hope you all enjoyed that. The final round notwithstanding. The evening goes on with Bidding War right after this short break. I am going... Do I need another drink? I probably should get another drink, actually. Yeah. Whoopsie daisy. Yes, indeed. So that is the problem. I mean, when this back in the olden days, I just used to create an app for it where you just press compile to JSON and it made it into a JSON. Now, because there's such an abundance of games and the apps are a little bit of a barrier to writing, the Google Sheets template is a much, I think, preferable way of doing it. So, but it does mean that there's a little bit more manual work at this end, which makes the writers' lives easier, which is, I think, the most important thing. Yeah, there we go. So, thank you to Shapes. Congratulations to everybody who's played that. I hope you enjoyed that. Very well done to Mark, 208, and the gold medal going to you. Let's stop that bonus right there, refresh the app. When I roll the credits, you should be given pennies equal to the number of points that you have. Stay right there, because after the break, we're going to be playing Bidding War. And then we have, of course, got Stuff at the end of the evening. Stuff, which those of you who have been here a while will know means time for a new game. Would Bidding War count as national service? I think it should, Big Bad Aaron. But if you want to see more of that, you'll have to come back after this very short break. Congratulations again to Mark. Thank you to Shapes. And I'll see you in a few minutes' time. And do stay right there, because in a few minutes' time we are going to be playing Bidding War, as written by Innis, a debut writing pack. Oh, that was a really clumsy sentence. A debut pack from Innis in Bidding War, so do stick around for that, and I'll see you very shortly. Good evening and welcome back to Game Night. It is time for war. A bidding war, no less. If Unity would like to do some stuff, thank you. As I rise from the bowels of the studio, and it's all the smoke going on. Some of it IRL, some of it Unity generated, some of it from my incense box, which I've just put on because we all need that sweet, sweet smoke. This is bidding war, and yes, the drummer does deserve a raise, very much so. One day I'll get a new sting on this. I have made, hopefully, the score mesh is a little clearer to read. There's a few bits and pieces. Yes, it has, Derek. There's a few bits and pieces I know that came up last time we played that I need to make amends to. Haven't gotten around to it yet for various reasons. But if you want to play Bidding War, you need to enter the code.
To join the game, please enter the code ISTO.
ISTO. So this is a limited lobby game, 21 players, but if you are not one of the 21 selected to join the lobby, you can participate from the lobby game, where the rules are basically the same, and there is a separate medal for the highest scoring lobby player. Major differences that I can't condone answers, so you've got to be a little bit more careful with your typing there. I don't know that there's an exclusion method on this, Amy, actually. I think if you join the lobby, you're in with a chance. Because it's such a big hot seat based game, it didn't make much sense to have an exclusion method, because if I get, like, for example, if I get 23 people in the game, if we're playing it like Happy Hour or something, if there's 23 people in the lobby and 5 of them exclude, then it might break. Oh, did it say to whisper it? Oh, maybe there is an exclusion method then. Oh, so there is. Oh, ignore me completely. Ignore me completely. I don't know my own games. No, I'm kidding. There is an exclusion, but I think you have to whisper it. So I don't know if you want to try that, but does it not give any feedback? You're not on the exclusion. Okay, you're not on the exclusion list at the moment, so that's obviously something that's not in place at the moment. For reasons best known to myself, I can certainly add you if you'd like. I can add you manually. E-M-E-G. There we go. You're now on the exclusion list. I don't know why that's not happening automatically. Yeah, all of the things that need to be done. Right. How many have we got in? 2, 3, 4, 5, 33. Oh, looks like nicely done. 33. So that means 12 of you will be in the lobby game. And yes, this is Inca's pack. Inca. In his debut writing for Game Night here. So, and I have to say, I proved this one myself. It is a very fair pack with very gettable questions. Those of you who know Inca from the community may be forgiven for thinking he's going to write a really hard pack, because he is a formidable quizzer. But Inca says tough objective first. But I have to say, the questions in this pack are all very reasonable, very fair, very gettable, with a lovely difficulty curve throughout. Clearly very well thought out. So huge thanks to Inca in advance for this. I think you're really going to enjoy it. So if we're all ready, let's just do a quick 10-penny bonus just for 10 seconds. War 50, if you would like to claim yourself 10 pennies, and then the game will begin. And of course, do stick around on the stream anyway, because later on we have got the famous stuff coming up, which means Ben did a thing, and I hope you can all stay and join me for that. Right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's stop that bonus right there. And let's pick our... Oh, Energia, just getting in time. Welcome, Energia. Welcome to the game. I know you missed out on the warm-up as well, so good to get in just there. Well snuck in. Okay, any more for any more? We're at 35. Effrontery, welcome on in. Another one who missed the warm-up as well by the skin of teeth. Just getting into this one, so nicely done. Let's see if you get picked as one of the 21 hot seat players. There's 36 players in total, locking up in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go to war. And we start off, as we always do, by selecting our 21 warriors, and tonight they are...
Time to select the 21 warriors. Abu 208. Refracoon. Hilupine. Conorm 27. Listwitz. Zislis. Energia. Welikesh. Now Kathatut. Samstasensta. Topper 1 Gaming. JWYT14. Class 0R. Hwang 888. Lingomaniac 88. Mark_E54. Apodorn Wivo. Durakagani. Bigmanaran 1. Calibrated Vision. And Colocula. You are the 21 warriors. May you find favour in the war to come.
May you indeed find favour in the war to come. And that, if I say so myself, is a formidable lineup of players. The very best of luck to you in this pack tonight against Innis, our question writer. And yes, you may have spotted I've given you a nice bright blue light on your numbers. Hopefully that will make things a little clearer for you. Right, without any further ado, let's explain the rules to round number 1.
Round 1. Opening Gambits.
Round 1 is opening gambits. You will face 5 questions. Prior to each question, you will be shown a category, bid from 1 to 3 points up to a maximum of your current score based on the category. We've given you all 5 points out of the goodness of our hearts to get you started. Abstaining from bidding will cause a default bid of 1. You have 10 seconds to submit your bid. Answer the question correctly, you will be awarded your bid. Answer incorrectly or fail to submit an answer, and you will lose your bid. You have 20 seconds to submit your answer. If you run out of points, you are eliminated from the game. All bids and answers are whispered to Persephone's Twitch bot as ever. Fairly straightforward bid based on the category. Let's go to war. It's opening gambits. So there we have our players. Green if you are in the hot seat, red if you are playing in the lobby game, and remember there are still medals available in the lobby game, and you get 5 pennies for every question you get correct in this game, whether lobby or hot seat, so always worth playing along. Bid range is 1 to 3, here comes your first category.
Start bidding on category 1. Economics.
Starting with economics, bidding from 1 to 3.
Time.
Energy is just
Get ready
getting a
for
bid
the
in.
question.
Some 3s, some 2s, some 1s, a bit of everything across the board there. Let's see what the first question brings. What word, also the name of a popular game, refers to a market situation in which there is only one supplier of a particular commodity or service? All players in our hot seat game have answered. Just waiting on that timer to run out now.
Time.
There we go. The correct answer was Monopoly, of course. And everyone going green in the hot seat, getting themselves some points and off the marks. Nice to see. Lovely stuff. On we go.
No eliminations.
No eliminations yet, which is always good. On we go to question category number 2.
Start bidding on category 2. Fast food.
Fast food.
Time. Get ready for the question.
3s and 2s. No one bidding 1 here by the looks of it. Okay, let's see what fast food brings for you all. The global fast food chain KFC was founded by a Kentucky businessman named Harland David Watt. Hang on, a couple more in the hot seat. Just Connor by the looks of it, and there's an answer from Connor. Lovely stuff.
Time.
There's your time. Correct answer was Sanders, Colonel Sanders. Oh, Colonel Kentucky and Colonel McDonald, both incorrect answers. I'm afraid. Excuse me. So let's see if we've got any eliminations and check out the scores.
No eliminations.
Still no eliminations at the moment, which is always good. J White down to 4, Energy down to 3, but still plenty of time to make up that deficit. Let's go on category number 3. Bidding from 1 to 3.
Start bidding on category 3. Television.
It's television. How's your television knowledge?
Time.
There's your time.
Get ready for the question.
We have got a couple of ones in this time, mainly 3s and 2s. Let's see what the question brings. In which award-winning Netflix drama series have Claire Foy and Olivia Colman both portrayed Queen Elizabeth II? Waiting on a couple more answers.
Time.
And that's time. Remember, abstentions are treated as wrong in this game. It is The Crown. The Crown is what we're answered. The Royals, no answer, no answer. Heirs, no answer. Nope, all incorrect. Bad luck if you got that one wrong. Let's see if we've had any eliminations.
No eliminations.
No, still no eliminations, but Energia is down to a single point. Could be our first casualty of the... just a bit too late. Bad luck there. Bad luck. Oh yes, lobby players do still bid. Sorry, I probably should have qualified that. Thank you for catching that, Ash. But yes, Effrontery, still bidding in the lobby, otherwise you'll get a default bid of 1. You can bid 1 to 3, as long as you've got 3 or more points. Category number 4 then, have a look.
Start bidding on category 4. Sporting terms.
Sporting terms.
Time.
All bids in.
Get ready for the question.
Plenty of 3s, a couple of 1s, 1 or 2 2s as well. Let's see what the question brings. Question 4. What word, also encountered in the context of playing cards, is used in tennis to refer to a serve that wins the rally immediately? Answers from all of our hot seat players there. This is the round where you want to be building up your bank as early as possible, get as many points as you can.
Time.
They're always useful in the next few rounds. Lovely to see a sea of green again. Everybody getting the correct answer there. Ace. If everyone getting it right means we're not going to have any eliminations.
No eliminations.
AB, me, Claire, Derek, and Lupine, Itzotli, Shapes all on 17 at the moment. Itzotli currently leading the lobby game. Quite a few players in the hot seat on 17. One more category then in round 1. Let's take a look.
Start bidding on category 5. Art.
Art is the final category of round 1. Bids are in.
Get ready for the question.
Then large number of 3s, but quite a few 1s in there as well. It's mostly 1 or the other, not very many 2s. Here's your question. According to the title of Johannes Vermeer's most famous painting, the titular figure is wearing an earring made of what? Most players just waiting on Connor here. And there's an answer from Connor. All hot seat players have answered.
Time.
There's your time. The correct answer is Pearl, the girl with the pearl earring. Diamonds, onyx, and girl are all incorrect. The girl with the girl earring. Yes, eponymous. Quite right, Cetra. Good catch there. I'll give you 10 pennies later on for saying that word that I don't like saying, but I did because I said it before I processed it. But yes, eponymous is the word we should always use instead of titular. Let's check out the scores and see if we've had any eliminations.
No eliminations.
No eliminations. So we get through round 1 and everybody survives the war. AB, me, Claire, Derek, Itzotli, Lupine, and Shapes all on 20. Calibrated Vision on 19. That is the end of round number 1.
End of round 1.
So, what a lovely war so far. We have still got 21 warriors in play. Let's just go and see how we're getting on over in the lobby. Closer look there. We've got Itzotli there on 20. Not sure who that is on 18. Might be Anasep. I think Anasep has a non-avatar. NPL Dart, I think that is on 16. Free Ruckus is on 15. David's on 14. Tabstop on 12. Frontery 10. Who's that on 9? Can't ID players in this game. 2 players I can't identify, and Pop Ramen also on 9. Cetra and Sparrowcastle on 8. Tadaro on 5. Salem Stowaway on 4. And Joe on 2. Apologies, I've not quite got everybody's avatar off pat yet, but yes, lots of high scores in the hot seat game. 20 points rather. Almost all of the top row there, which is always good to see. However, it cannot last. Yes, Salem is the witch avatar, Salem Stowaway. So it cannot last. Let's go on to round number 2.
Round 2. Top Gun.
Round 2 is Top Gun. You will face 10 questions, or no, exactly 10 questions. Prior to each question, you will be shown a category, bid from 1 point to the upper range, up to a maximum of your current score based on the category. Upper range starts at 5 and increases by 1 every question. Abstaining from bidding will cause a default bid of 1. You have 10 seconds to submit your bid. Answer the question correctly, you're awarded your bid. Answer incorrectly or fail to submit an answer, you will lose your bid. 20 seconds to submit answers. All of that is exactly the same as before, except with a variable ceiling on the bidding. However, additionally, the fastest high bidder to answer correctly will obtain passage to round 3. If the fastest high bidder has already obtained passage, passage will be granted to the next fastest player. High bids take priority over speed when ordering. What this means is that somebody bids 5 and takes 20 seconds, and somebody bids 4 and takes 5 seconds, the person who has bidded 5 will take priority if they are correct. If you run out of points, you are eliminated from the game, and additionally, if you fail to obtain passage to round 3 by the conclusion of question 10, you are eliminated from the game, which means we will be losing at least 11 players before the end of this round, potentially more. Yes, lobby players keep playing after being eliminated. Likewise, once you're eliminated from the hot seat, you can continue in the lobby game as before, except you obviously, if you've been in the hot seat game, you need to rebuild from 0. So in this game, higher bids are rewarded, and then from the high bidders, the fastest correct answers get through. So it starts out, the players with the most points are going to have the biggest advantage, but as that goes on, that starts to become less and less important, especially as the points start to vary a little bit. Best of luck to you all. Round 2 is Top Gun. Let's go to war. Here we go then, category number 1. Bids ready, bid range is 1 to 5.
Start bidding on category 1. The human body.
Starting with the human body, anything from 1 to 5. Get your bids in.
Time.
There's your time.
Get ready
Again,
for the
abstention
question.
causes a default bid of 1. A couple of 5s in here, quite a few 5s in fact, so it's going to be a race between these players on 5. Here's your question. Human brain is primarily composed of 2 types of tissue, known as white matter and what other colour of matter? I think Big Man Aaron was the first player to answer there and has bid 5, so if he is correct, it looks like it's going to be Big Man Aaron going through. There's an answer from Topper. And
time.
That is time. Correct answer was grey. Grey, either spelling of grey is correct. Grey matter wouldn't have been condoned because it was specifically asking for the colour. I can condone those in the hot seat because I can see what you're doing, but if you put grey matter in the lobby, then I'm afraid I won't be condoning it. So, well, I can't condone it more pertinently. So, Lupine 1 saying grey matter, I'm going to give that to you, and tick. Energia also saying grey matter, Energia, and tick. And We Like Shapes also saying grey matter, we like shapes, and tick. Blue is not the right answer. Brian also saying grey matter. There you are, Brian, and tick. There we go. So grey matter. Apologies, that wasn't a variant on the answer. So if you did say grey matter in the lobby, I'm afraid it's going to have marked that as wrong. Let's find out who's going through and who's going home.
No eliminations.
No eliminations. It was Big Man Aaron, though.
Passage has been granted to Big Man Aaron 1, with a bid of 5 and a response time of 3.39 seconds.
3.39 seconds is very fast indeed, but Big Man Aaron and anyone else who gets passage, you can still be eliminated after you've obtained passage. You must continue playing. If you just sit out for the next 9 questions, you will lose the minimum bid on every question, which is 1 point per question. So Big Man Aaron, if you just choose to do nothing, you will end up being on 9. So you must keep playing, keep bidding, and keep answering. On we go. Bid range is now 1 to 6. Here's category 2.
Start bidding on category 2.
TV sitcoms.
TV sitcoms.
Sorry, computer. I'll let you do your line. TV sitcoms.
Time. Get ready for the question.
A few 6s in there, quite a few 6s, so it's going to come down to speed. Let's take a look. The American sitcom Everybody Hates Chris was based on the early life of which comedian? Let's wait for Jay White and Colo here. There's Colo. Jay White?
Time.
No answer from Jay White. Correct answer was Chris Rock. Chris Evans is not the right answer. Chris Tucker is not the right answer. Brown is not the right answer either. I'm afraid you are going to lose your bids. Everybody else, though, getting the right answer, Rock or Chris Rock of some variation thereon. Let's find out who's going through and who's going home.
No eliminations.
Still no eliminations.
Passage has been granted to Derek Agony, with a bid of 6 and a response time of 3.99 seconds.
Derek Agony. Very fast answering indeed, under 4 seconds, second one in a row with a max bid of 6. You are through to round 3, assuming you can keep in this round. Let's go on. Category number 3, bid ranges 1 to 7. Take a look.
Start bidding on category 3. Geography.
It's geography. Geography.
Time. Get ready
in.
for the question.
Again, a lot of sevens going in here. Let's see how you get on. Which volcano, over 3,000 meters tall, is situated on the island of Sicily? A few more seconds. And there's time. Correct answer was Etna, Mount Etna. Stromboli is wrong. Vesuvius is wrong. Vesuvius. All incorrect, and Stromboli also incorrect. I'm afraid I cannot condone this. Etna was the right answer. Let's find out who's going through and who's going home.
No eliminations.
Still no eliminations, but we're staying on this side.
Passage has been granted to Calibrated Vision, with a bid of 7 and a response time of 3.97 seconds.
3.97 seconds, that is very, very fast indeed. Third one under 4 seconds. And we've got 3 players over on the far right, all progressing through to round 3. Let's go on to category number 4. Bid range is now 1 to 8. Take a look.
Start bidding on category 4. Books.
It's books. Books.
Time.
There's your time.
Get ready for the question.
There's an 8. There's 2 8s, 3, 4, 5. Quite a few 8s again, so it's going to come down to speed. Players who are already through don't need to worry about. Here's your question. In Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, what is the first name of Dr. Frankenstein? I think that was Toot who was in first there. I think I caught that in my peripheral vision. Toot has bid 8.
Time.
And there's time. Few abstentions there. It's Victor. Victor Frankenstein. Wrong answers. Frank, Adam, Charles, Harold, Frank, Keith, Mary, and no answers from a few people as well. Yes, Frank Frankenstein would. Yeah, that would have been a good name, wouldn't it? Let's find out who is going through and who is going home.
No eliminations.
Still no eliminations.
Passage has been granted to Nal Kathatut, with a bid of 8 and a response time of 2.68 seconds.
2.68 seconds is phenomenally fast there. Under 3 seconds. Very well done too. You're the 4th player to obtain passage. We've still not had any eliminations. It's quite healthy scores going on here, but the bid range is now 1 to 9. A high bid and a wrong answer could make a big difference at this point. Category number 5, take a look. Bid range is 1 to 9.
Start bidding on category 5. Pop music.
Pop music. Pop music.
Time.
There's your time.
Get ready for the question.
Again, quite a few 9 bids here. People have got points to spare. Let's take a look. Don't just stand there, let's get to it. Strike a pose, there's nothing to it is a lyric from which Madonna song, one of the world's biggest selling singles in 1990.
Time.
And there's time. Vogue was the answer. Papa Don't Preach, Like a Virgin, Material Girl. All incorrect answers. I'm afraid you're going to lose your bid. I didn't really see who was bidding 9 there and who got in first, so let's find out who's going through and who's going home.
Lingomaniac 88, you have been eliminated.
This casualty is Lingo.
Passage has been granted to Mark_E54, with a bid of 9 and a response time of 3.36 seconds.
Again, under 3.5 seconds. Very well played there, Mark. you are through to the next round. Lingo Maniac becoming our first casualty. Let's go at the halfway stage to the lobby game. Check out what's happening over there. Mark in the lead with 50. Claire with 49. Toot with 48. MPL Dark currently leading the lobby game with 44, just a point ahead of it Sotley on 43. Those are the rest of the standings there. Of course, having a high score in this round does not necessarily guarantee you safety. It just gives you more points to play with. And as more people go through, you have more chance of being able to bid high and get it right. But you've still got to get passage before the end of the round. So that's what it looks like at the halfway stage. 1 down, 20 to go. That is very much the case, Mark. But another 10 in this round must leave us before the end of it. There are 5 questions left. It is question number 6. Bid range is 1 to 10.
Start bidding on category 6. Business.
Business.
Time. Get ready for the question.
Not as many 10s here. There's still quite a few of them in here, though. Let's see how you get on with the question. Elizabeth Holmes is currently on trial in connection with her activities as chief executive of what company? Derek was first, but is already through. AB Me was second, has bid 10.
Time.
There's your time. It's Theranos. Wow, lots of wrong answers there. WeWork, Enron, RitMe, IBM, Google, the Blood genetic stuff, Facebook, something, Game Night, Cisco, Enron, no answer for Mark, Sephora, Shell, and wrong answers. Wow. And look at this, the only player who hasn't gotten passage, who got that one right, is JY, who's gotten the right answer. So JY, with a relatively low score, it must be said, is about to go through to the next round. We know this because no one else can get passage, but let's find out if anyone is being eliminated, who's going through and who's going home.
Connorm 27, you have been eliminated.
Connor is out of the game.
Passage has been granted to JWYT14, with a bid of 2 and a response time of 8.89 seconds.
Very well played there, JY. Just a bit of 2, but it's enough to get you through. Oh, that rhymed. Well played. Got some time now to try and build up that point balance without worrying about getting through to the next round. Bid range is now 1 to 11, so I'd get a little bit panicky once the players with only 4 questions left take a look at this.
Start bidding on category 7. 20th century history.
20th century history is what we're looking at.
Time.
Not everyone
Get
able to
ready
make the
for the
maximum bid
question.
anymore, but we have got a couple. Shapes, AB Me, Samster, all going maximum and looking for passage. Let's see how they get on. Satyagraha is a form of non-violent resistance developed by which civil leader who was assassinated in 1948? Satyagraha, I think is the pronunciation. That's Satyagraha.
Time.
There's time. It was Gandhi, Mohandas K. Gandhi. This was just marked that wrong, but that's quite clearly phonetically plausible, so I'm going to condone that for you. There you go. And likewise, Claire, phonetically plausible. I'm going to condone that for you. Yes, A first. Everyone who remains in the hot seat game, getting it right. Nicely done. Let's find out who's going through and who's going home.
No eliminations.
Still no eliminations. AB Me's not there.
Passage has been granted to APM208, with a bid of 11 and a response time of 4.11 seconds.
4.11 seconds. Very, very quick indeed. Bid range is now 1 to 12. Not everybody can make this maximum bid, but a lot of you can. And with 3 questions to go, that could be a good strategy. Good luck. Here's the category.
Start bidding on category 8. Famous sports people.
Famous sports people.
Time. Get ready for the question.
Few 12s in here. Shapes, Lupine, Samster, all looking to get through the maximum if they can get it right. George Foreman, who gives his name to the George Foreman Grill, is primarily famous as a competitor in what sport? There was a flurry of answers. I didn't see who got there fastest. Could be anybody. computer will tell us. That's answers from all of the hot seat players.
Time.
There's your time. The boxer. Boxing is the answer. Golf, American football, tennis, all incorrect. Everybody else giving me boxing or some variation thereon. The boxing H getting through their mark. Let's find out who's going through and who's going home.
No eliminations.
Still no eliminations.
Passage has been granted to Samster Sinster, with a bid of 12 and a response time of 3.19 seconds.
We'll play Samster under 3.5 seconds, and you are the 8th player to obtain passage to round number 3. 2 spots remain. The bid range is now 1 to 13. There were some very, very high scores, but these players are going to be eliminated if they can't get passage by the end of this round. Good luck. Here comes category number 9.
Start bidding on category 9. Classical music.
Classical music. If you've got fewer than 26, is this where you make your stand, or do you wait for the next one?
Get ready for the question.
Lot of 13s here. Good luck to you all. Here's the question. Bridal Chorus, commonly known as Here Comes the Bride, is an excerpt from Lohengrin, a work by which composer? The most tedious piece of music ever. I've probably played it about 300 times in my career. It's by Wagner, Richard Wagner. Yes, from Lohengrin. Mendelssohn, Vivaldi, Beethoven, Tchaikovsky. It's never Tchaikovsky energy, come on, apart from when it is. Mendelssohn, Mozart, Mendelssohn, Chopin, and Mozart, all incorrect. Mendelssohn wrote the wedding march, not the bridal chorus, but the wedding march, which is a da 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 da. It's the one you have traditionally going out. The bridal chorus is the one you have coming in. Hey, wedding organist, church musician here. These are the things I know. These are my sorts of questions. Let's find out who's going through and who's going home.
No eliminations.
Still no eliminations.
Passage has been granted to Philupine, with a bid of 13 and a response time of 14.22 seconds.
That is the slowest correct answer we have seen, but it has been enough for Lupine to get through. 14 and a bit seconds, but he has gotten through. There is one spot left. Bid range is 1 to 14. Riff has got 14. In fact, everyone but Energia, Brian, Apodo and Colo have got the maximum. So the good strategy at this point, if you haven't already got passage, is to bid as high as you can. If you haven't got 14 to bid, then bid as high as you can and hope for the best. Good luck. Here is the final category of this round.
Start bidding on category 10. Animation.
Animation.
Time. Get ready for the question.
I definitely should have done the klaxon at that point, but my stream deck's broken, as you'll know. Otherwise I probably would have done. Here's your question. Voiced by Melendi Britt in a 1980s cartoon series, which superheroine is the twin sister of He-Man? I've answers from everybody.
Time.
Do you know it? She-Ra. She-Ra is what we're after. He-Man and She-Ra. She-Woman, Mega Mindy, Princess Adora, She-Man, She-Man, She-Girl, Her-Man, all incorrect answers there. So let's find out who is going through and who is going home.
Energia, you have been eliminated.
Energy is gone.
Passage has been granted to Elite Shapes, with a bid of 14 and a response time of 3.85 seconds.
So I think on all but one questions, it was the maximum bid that got players through. It does mean that we have to say goodbye to Riff, Listwitz, Zeus, Topper, Claire, Brian, Apodo and Colo. Big commiserations there, particularly to Claire with 51 points. It's a huge score, but unfortunately did not obtain passage, so that is going to be your war over. Congratulations if you're through, and condolences, F's in chat for everyone else, because your war is over.
End of round 2. Riff Raccoon, Listwitz, Zislis, Topper 1 Gaming, Class 0R, Pwang 888, Apodorn Wevo, and Colocula, you have been eliminated.
Trying to point to people, it just didn't really work out for me. And there they go. Down into the earth from whence they came, and we are left with just 10. AB Me, Lupine, Shapes, Toot, Samster, J White Mark, Derek, Big Man Aaron, and Calibrated Vision, all here in round number 3. Before we go to round 3, let's just take a look at the scoreboard a little closer. Toot has got the highest score with 97 and is still in play. Free Ruckus is currently leading the lobby game with 79. MPL Dart's got 65. It's Sotley 57. Tabstock 51. I'm still not sure who that one is at 18. I feel I should know because I've definitely seen it. Pop Ramen's also got 18. Another one I can't recognise at 15. David on 14. Cetra on 11. Salem breaking even on 0. Effrontery -2. Daru -2. Sparrow -3. Joe -8. Those are the scores. Soylent Green Room. Soylent Green. No spoilers. Let's go on to round number 3.
Round 3. Survival of the fittest.
Yes, it's time for Survival of the Fittest. You will face up to 8 questions. Prior to each question, you'll be shown a category bid from 5 points up to your current score based on the category. Abstaining from bidding will cause a default bid of 5. You have 10 seconds to submit your bid. Answer the question correctly and you will be awarded your bid. Answer incorrectly or fail to submit an answer and you will lose your bid. 20 seconds to submit your answer as before. At the end of each question, the player or players with the lowest score will be eliminated. Play continues until only 2 players remain. We will then go on to the final. Fairly straightforward. You'll be lit red if you are in imminent danger, starting with UJ White only on 4 points there. You're going to have to hope, I think, somebody goes all in and drops below you because there are some high scores in this round. Anything from 5 up to your maximum score. Best of luck to you all. The first category of Survival of the Fittest is...
Start bidding on category 1. Modern languages.
Modern languages. Jay White, you actually won't be able to bid because you have got less than the maximum. In the lobby, if you've got less than the maximum, you'll be given a default bid. Sorry, less than the minimum, you'll be given a default bid of 5. Good sweep of bids across the board here. Could make some interesting reading of the scores. Here's the question. Foodstuff, known in French as citron vert, has what one-word name in English? There's answers from all of our remaining hot seat players. A couple of people who've gone all in here.
Time.
3 people by my count. Correct answer is lime. It is a sea of green, which means it is going to be Jay White who is facing the axe, but just for official posterity, computer whose war is over.
With a score of 8, JWYT14, you have been eliminated.
Thanks for playing, Jay White. But going out with your head held high on a correct answer is the best way to go out with 8 points left. Samster and AB Me are now in imminent danger, 54 points, both of you. And remember, it does not discriminate against one player or the other. You will both be eliminated if you have the same score. Bid range 5 up to your current score is category number 2.
Start bidding on category 2. Medieval history.
Medieval history.
Time.
There's your time
Get
up.
ready for the question.
All ins from Samster and AB Me. Not that surprising, has to be said. Mark with a low bit of 5 here. Here's your question. Though it was not known as such during its existence, the Eastern Roman Empire is now usually referred to in English by what name? There's all answers in.
Time.
And the correct answer was the Byzantine Empire, Ottoman Empire, Holy Roman Empire, Ottoman, Holy Roman Empire, all incorrect. I am going to refer to my factoids on this. Let's have a look. At the time, the empire was considered to be simply a continuation of the Roman Empire. The name Byzantine applied retrospectively after the empire's dissolution in the 15th century refers to the Byzantium, the old name of the empire's capital Constantinople, which is now Istanbul. I think that question is bulletproof enough that I am only going to accept variations on Byzantine. Byzantine way to eliminate someone from the game. Byzantine, is that right? Byzantine. Really? Fair enough. Well, That is going to make some very interesting reading. Let's find out whose war is over. If it's more than one, it will only zoom in on one of you.
With a score of 0, AB208, and Samster Sinster, you have been eliminated.
Samster and AB me. Double elimination, which means we're only going to see a maximum of 7. And look at this, Big Man Aaron is down to 1. He's going to have to hope that he gets it right and someone else goes all in. He's going to need a miracle to survive from here. Could be done. Let's go on to category number 3.
Start bidding on category 3. Video games.
Video games.
Time.
There's your time.
Get ready for the question.
Mark again with a low bid of 5 here. Could be dangerous as the mean score is creeping up. Here's your question. One of the best-selling virtual reality games of all time, which 2019 rhythm game sees the player striking red and blue blocks with a pair of illuminated swords? More answers coming in. A couple of seconds.
Time.
That's time. Beat Saber is what we're after. Yes, that was one I knew very quickly. Beat Saber. I've not played it myself. I have got a VR headset, but I don't have enough USB ports for it at the moment, and also my computer ports are very difficult to access. Swordmaster Pong, no answer. Just Dance Sword Edition, and no answer. It was Beat Saber is what we were after. Well, let's find out whose war is over.
With a score of 0, Big Man Aaron 1, you have been eliminated.
Not a huge surprise there. Thanks for playing, Big Man Aaron. You are out the game. Toots' score is continuing to count down to 117 now. Lupine with the lead at 209 at the moment. Let's go on to the next category. Calibrated Vision is in danger.
Start bidding on category 4. Oscars.
It's the Oscars. Shapes second most in jeopardy and is going for a minimum
Get
here.
ready for the question.
Toots all in on this question, as is Calibrated Vision. Here's your question. At the 1973 Oscars ceremony, the activist Sacheen Littlefeather famously declined an award on behalf of which actor? That's the way to do it, Energia. Slowly climbing back up 5 points at a time. That's the way to do it.
Time.
And there's your time. The answer was Marlon Brando. Bela Lugosi was not the right answer. No answer from Shapes. Laurence Olivier also wrong. So Calibrated Vision will be going back down to 0. And it looks like your war is over.
With a score of 0, Calibrated Vision, you have been eliminated.
And the war ends for you, but thank you very much for playing. Derek now with the lead, 346. Toots in second with 234. Lupine 159, Mark 106, Shapes now in danger on 51. Not necessarily a guaranteed elimination, but let's take a look at the next category.
Start bidding on category 5. Celebrities. Time.
Bids are in.
Get ready for the question.
Shapes all in. Toots gone quite a long way in. Here's your question. The second most liked Instagram post of all time was created in May 2021 by which singer when she uploaded photos from her wedding to Dalton Gomez?
Time.
And there's your time up. It was Ariana Grande. Yes, I thought a couple of people might go for Selena Gomez. Shapes, that's not the right answer. Neither is Billie Eilish, neither is Miley Cyrus. That is going to be the end for somebody, probably Shapes. Let's find out whose war is over. Ariana Grande was the right answer.
With a score of 0, Welike Shapes, you have been eliminated.
And it's bye-bye to Shapes. Evening, AJ, welcome to the stream. Hope you're keeping well. Just in time for some stuff coming up after this war concludes, probably in the next 15 minutes or so. Mark, you are now in danger on 50 points. Toot on 444. Derek on 300. Lupine 124. Here is the next category.
Start bidding on category 6. Drama.
It's drama. Drama indeed. Drama indeed.
Time.
Our 4 socially distanced
Get ready
finalists.
for the question.
Prep for this one. Lupine 77, Toot's gone for 200, Mark is all in, Derek is all in as well. Here's your question. Near the end of a famous 20th century play, Vladimir and Estragon are informed that which character will not be coming. Very fast answers from our hot seat players. And I will say spoiler alert, possible spoiler alert, if you don't want to be spoiled.
Time.
The answer is Godot. It's waiting for Godot is the playing question. I was slightly sad that I actually did find this out when I read the question, because I've never seen Waiting for Godot, and now I've had the ending. Is it go dot? Yeah, spoiled. Absolutely incredible spoilers. It's not. I have to say, it's not as spoilerific as the time when Clive put as a question in Agatha Christie's play The Mousetrap, who done it? Was a question in the code one time, and I actually, because fortunately I had seen The Mousetrap. But I actually blanked out the text message because the whole rule is you're not supposed to spoil the ending. So I don't think it's quite as spoilerific as that, but I did bring this up with Innes, and I said, is that a spoiler? The play's 70 years old, I'm not really sure if it is, but there we go. All 4 players getting the right answer, some absolutely astonishing scores going on here. Let's find out though whose war is over.
With a score of 100, Mark_E24, you have been eliminated.
Mark has been eliminated with a score of 100. I mean, getting eliminated with a score of 100, that is some achievement. So well played on getting 4th there. I mean, yes, it is in the title, but it sort of implies that they oh, I don't know. We're going to go on to it. Lupine, you're in the red, 201. Derek and Toot, you have got an opportunity here to play it as safe as you like. And it could be a foregone conclusion. There is enough distance in the scores, but let's see if hubris is going to take the better of you. Here is the final category.
Start bidding on category 7. World politics.
World politics.
Time. Get ready for the question.
Oh, Lupine's just gone for 5. But Derek has gone all in. My, what a strategy. If Derek gets this wrong, we could have a turntable here. Here's your question. Antonio Guterres, the current Secretary General of the United Nations, previously served as Prime Minister of which country? That is a bold strategy from Derek, especially with Lupine bidding so low. If Derek gets this wrong, there could be some major upset going on here. Let's take a look. He did answer pretty quick. Correct answer is Portugal. And Toot and Derek have gotten it. Lupine has gone the wrong way, going for Argentina. And Derek setting what is looking to be one of the highest scores we've ever seen in this game. I do need to fix that coroutine where it counts up in increments of 100. It should go up by 10. Go up by hundreds, then by tens, rather than by ones. But look at this, 1200 versus 744. Lupine, that is the wrong answer, but you go out with your head held high. With a formidable score of 196, but for you, I'm afraid the war is over.
With a score of 196, Lupine, you have been eliminated. End of round 3.
My. I was anticipating some high scores, but Derek on 1200, Toot on 744. That is an astonishingly high scoring final. Let's go and look at the rest of the game. Claire, who didn't even make it to round 3, is in third on 326. That's going to be worth some pennies for her a bit later on. Free Ruckers is still in the lead here on 130 in the lobby game. Tab Stop in second, 117. And this person I don't know might be Anasep on 71 in third. It's Sotley dropped back down to 7. And then everyone else is getting into lower figures or negative figures. But there is one more round. There can only be one survivor, one winner of the war. Derek versus Toot. I invite you now to join me in the centre as we go to the final round. Yeah, Mark, it's not points equals pennies in this game for this region, because if it were points equals pennies, Derek would have something like 1,200 pennies right now, so it's 5 pennies for every question you got right. It is just the only reason for that is because some games have a capacity to get a very, very high score, like, for example, Bidding War, capacity to get something like 29,000 is the theoretical maximum. Other games like, say, the Pyramid, for example, there's only 13 questions, so that's when you get a certain number of pennies for each question. And some games are about right, like Risky Business and Red Herrings. It normally comes out maximum's about 250 or something. So yeah, that's the deal there. So Derek and Toot in the final of Bidding War. Let's explain the rules.
Round 4. Domination.
It is domination. The array shows 21 lit circles. The player who was ahead at the conclusion of round 3, that's Derek Agony, has 11. The runner-up, that's Toot, has 10. You'll face up to 10 questions. Prior to each question, you will be shown a category, bid from 1 to 3 points based on that category. Answer the question correctly and the array will swing in your favour the amount of points you bid. Answer incorrectly or fail to submit an answer, and the array will swing in your opponent's favour the amount of points you bid. Both players' answers and bids are taken into consideration, meaning the maximum swing per question is 6. If you both bid 3, for example, one gets it right, one gets it wrong, the player who gets it right will get a swing of 6 in their favour. As before, 20 seconds to submit your answers. Lobby players, yes, you still bid from 1 to 3. That's not going to make a huge amount of difference to your scores at this point, but yes, do still bid from 1 to 3. If you're on a negative score, you will only be able to bid 1. Whichever player manages to swing the array entirely to their colour wins the game. If no winner has emerged after 10 questions, the player with the most lit circles wins. I remember the last war that we had was with Alex's pack was an absolutely formidable affair. I think it went all the way to question 10 and there was so much back and forth. It was very exciting. I wonder if we're going to have more of the same. Best of luck to you both. Round 4 is domination. Here's your first category.
The category is words.
Words. Bidding from 1 to 3. Toot in. Derek in. 3 seconds in the lobby.
Bidding concluded.
Both starting strong and aggressive. 3 points each. Here's your question. The word con, referring to a scam or deception, was coined as an abbreviation
15 seconds.
of what longer word? Derek's in.
10 seconds.
Toot is in. 5 seconds in the lobby.
Time.
Confidence is the answer, not conspiracy. A confidence trap or a confidence trick. But confidence is the right answer, and actually at the start of that, Derek, with the advantage at the start, is going to have a swing of 6 in his favour. Toot with some work to do to build back from this. Confidence is the right answer. And look at this, the pressure
The
really on
category
already.
is fashion.
As we go to category 2, which is fashion. Toot's in. I wonder what Toot's bid. Derek's in. If Toot's bid anything other than 3,
Bidding
we
concluded.
get Derek only bidding 1 on the
Get ready
defensive
for the
here.
question.
Toot actually works in this industry. What company, named for an American designer, produces the Polo line of clothes with the logo of a polo player? Both players in before I finish reading the question.
Time.
Ralph Lauren is the right answer. That is going to be a swing of 2 in Toot's favour. He gets 3, Derek gets 1, averages out at 2. You're both correct. And the comeback starts for Toot now, or
The
so he
category
hopes.
is botany.
Next category is botany. Derek's in. Toot's in.
Bidding concluded.
Toot's slightly on the
Get
defensive
ready
here.
for the question.
Derek going for 3. Here's your question. Sometimes also applied to a food. What word is used to refer to fleshy
15
plants that store
seconds.
water, such as cacti or aloe? Both players answered. 5 seconds in the lobby.
Time.
It is succulent. Succulents both also acceptable. Derek with the aggression there, though, means that's going to be a swing of 1 in his favour. You're both correct. On we go.
The category is musical theatre.
Musical theatre. Both players bidding.
Bidding concluded.
And Toot with the slightly higher
Get
bid
ready
this
for the
time.
question.
Derek on 2, Toot on 3. Here's your question. In the opening number of Hairspray, Tracy Turnblad sings Good Morning to
15
what city,
seconds.
where the musical is primarily set? Both players answering again before I finish reading the question.
Time.
Baltimore is the right answer. Good morning, Baltimore. Both correct. That's a swing of 1 in Toot's favour. Yeah, make Ben sing. All you need to do is something like
The
that.
category is food.
Food is your next category. Both players bidding very fast.
Bidding concluded.
And we could have a
Get
deadlock
ready
here,
for
both
the
bidding
question.
for 3. Here's your question. The edible paste tahini is usually made from the seeds of what plant? Both players in and right quick.
Time.
Sesame is the right answer, and actually after 5 questions, that's the first time we've had a deadlock. You're both correct. Oh, focus on the right window. Deadlock on that question.
The category is modern folklore.
The halfway mark. Modern folklore is the right question. Derek putting up a strong defence at this point. He needs to keep it up.
Concluded.
Again, 3-piece.
Get ready for the
Here's your
question.
First thought to have been sighted in Puerto Rico in 1995.
15
What mythical
seconds.
livestock-killing creature has a name that literally translates into English as goat
10
sucker?
seconds.
Toots in.
5 seconds.
Derek's in as well.
Time.
Chupacabra is the right answer. Cucaracha? I don't think that's close enough. Yeah, the other one. Cucaracha, pretty similar, but not quite close enough. To be fair, I thought it was succubus when I first read that question, and that is a swing back in Toot's favour of 6. Goodness gracious me, that is going to make a very interesting view, because Cucaracha is wrong, Chupacabra is right. And Toot, for the first time in the final, with the advantage.
Is
Let's go to
technology.
category 7. Technology. Yeah, leave me alone, school. Both players have bid. So I took the clue from sucking, goat sucker.
Get ready for the question.
Derek on the aggression, Toot on the defensive, 3-2. Here's your question. What does that O stand for in the abbreviation OLED?
15 seconds.
Referring to an increasingly popular technology used in electronic displays.
10 seconds. 5
Derek's having
seconds.
a think. He's running out of time. There's an answer.
Time.
Organic. Original is not right, and that is going to be a swing in Toot's favour of 5. Derek, who started so strongly, has let his defence crumble over just 2 questions, and it is going to be swinging right into Toot's court here. Original is the wrong answer. Organic is correct. Swings and roundabouts indeed, Lupine.
The category is
question.
world landmarks.
Sorry, category, world landmarks. Derek's in. Toot's in.
Bidding concluded.
3-2.
Get
Derek's
ready for the
aggression
question.
here. Here's your question. Stadium known as the Bird's Nest, designed for use in the Olympic Games,
15
is a landmark
seconds.
in what city?
Time.
Beijing. I'm going to give you that, Derek, because you just chopped the G off the end. That's not incorrect in my book. Just a plausible typo. Beijing is the right answer. That's going to be a swing of 1 in Derek's favour. 2 questions to go to. 2 questions to go.
The category is 19th century events.
Category 9 of 10. 19th century events. Both players bid.
Bidding concluded.
Again, 2 on the defensive.
Get ready
3-2.
for the question.
Here's your question. The famous gunfight at the OK Corral took place in 1881.
15 seconds.
In which morbidly named city in Arizona? Both players have answered.
Time.
Tombstone is the answer. Both players are correct. Again, a swing of 1 in Derek's favour, as both players are correct. Now, it's all going to take
The
a full swing from
category is
Toot here.
cinema.
Cinema is the category. In fact, looking at it, I don't think if Toot has bid tactically here,
Bidding concluded.
he hasn't. So Derek could
Get
still
ready
win
for the
this.
question.
There are enough here. Here's your final question. The Godzilla films are perhaps the most famous examples of what
15
genre
seconds.
whose names translate from Japanese as monster or strange beast. Derek gets this
10
right and Toot gets it
seconds.
wrong. Derek wins. Otherwise, Toot wins. If Toot had bid 1 there, then it would have been a foregone conclusion.
Time.
Academic in this case here. He's playing the hubris card maybe. Keiju. You saw Cinema got this right. Yeah, if you bid 1, you couldn't have lost that then too, but you went for 2. You did get it right. Derek did get it wrong. Gojiru is not the right answer, but Keiju is, and it does mean that after a fabulous final, we have a winner. very many congratulations to you. Have won the war. There is your podium in your honour. Not with the highest score, has to be said. Derek Agnew with 1,209 at the end of that, which is one of the highest scores we've ever seen in this game. I think it has been surpassed. I think AJ has got something like close to 2,000 in the past as well. Claire as well, 322. Zeus 277. Lupine 206. But Free Ruckus is going to take the lobby game with 128 in the lobby game. So let me... Oh, excuse me, hiccups in all my excitement. Oh, go away, hiccups. So, the Bidding War Gold goes to Now Cut That Out. Another medal for your cabinet, a head for your wall, as it were. Now Cut That Out. Bidding War Gold Award medal. And Bidding War Silver, very valiant runner-up, and with the highest score of the game, commiserations. But silver medal, nevertheless, to Derek Agony. And the lobby, Bidding War lobby, going to Free Ruckus there, 128, the highest score in the lobby game. Award medal for you. And, of course, 100 pennies to our fabulous question writer. An absolutely sparkling debut, I think you'll agree. Author bonus 100, Innis C. Innis C, what an absolutely delightful first contribution to game night. A very, very fair question pack, and one that has produced a huge number of very high scores there. Lovely questions all the way through and given us a tremendous battle along the way. That one question that we didn't see in round 3, of course, you can save for another time. Could be your first medal there, Free Ruckers. Congratulations. Nice having medals in your cabinet. If you want to go and check out your full medal cabinet and the penny scores, these will, of course, be updated post-stream. You can go over to PersephonyChat.com/pennies to check out the full gamut of pennies and leaderboards and such like over there. Now, it's not quite the end of the night, despite it's been 10 past 10 actually. I've kept it reasonably on track tonight, which is quite nice. There is stuff, yes, stuff hype. I'm going to go grab myself another drink because I'm a little bit nervous about stuff, as I always am. And as ever, if you've not figured it out by now, stuff means a new game. Royal's done a new game. Is it original? Is it classic? We'll have to wait and see in just a moment. But I do hope that you will stick around to check it out. Let's give you another 10 penny bonus right there. War 20. We had War 50 earlier and War 20 now if you want 10 pennies. Yes, so please do stick around for this new game. As ever with new games, it is the first outing of it, the first airing of it. Things might go wrong. There might be things in it that you think, I don't like this feature, I don't like this idea, I think this could be improved by doing X, Y, and Z. As ever, particularly with new games, I encourage you to come join the Discord and write some stuff in the suggestions section of the Discord. I do read all feedback. I try and respond to all feedback as well, even if I don't necessarily enact all feedback. So, yeah, if you see something that you think could have some improvements and you want to get your name in the credits as well, then do pop along to the Discord, and there could be... I would appreciate some feedback from you all very, very much indeed. It might be that you think, oh, this is great just the way it is. It might be that it is so broken that you think there is no way that this can be fixed. Can't wait to go in live in production. Hey, Dev, how you doing, mate? Lovely to have you here just in time for the stuff, which is going to be coming up right after this break. I'm going to stop that bonus right there. 28 players grabbing a penny. I'm going to go refill my glass. I'm going to nip to the loo very quickly, check in on Dylan, see that he's okay, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes' time with stuff, exciting stuff, and I do hope that you will stick around and join me for it. Oh, and hello, an anonymous gifter gifting out a tier 1 sub 2. Now cut that out. There is your prize, your extra badge of honour, if you like to. Month of ad-free viewing. Welcome to the club, and thank you very much to our anonymous gifter gifting out that tier 1 sub right there. Right. Time for a break. I'll put some music on, I'll run an ad break, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes for the stuff, and I hope you'll join me for it. Thank you very much indeed again to Innis for a splendid debut question pack, and congratulations to Toot. You have won the war.
Shoobity wop me oobity wop me oop-a-doo down.
welcome to the Abyss. Oh, I've not reactivated the camera yet. Let's do that. Yes, The Void was a working title at one point, David. Yes. The Abyss. This is my new original game. Big nod, first of all, in advance to Scorecount, who's been my creative consultant on this game, has bounced a few ideas around with me. And I've got to give props, although he doesn't necessarily know yet, to Ash the Bash, because there's a couple of ideas from his originals which I may have slightly borrowed from, but hopefully I've done my own thing with them. Yeah, hope you can join in, Ash, and I'm sure you'll see what I'm referring to. Just sort of subtly, you know, I've not completely, you know, held them down and ripped them off, you know, bloodily ripped them off, but just a couple of gaming mechanics that work quite nicely, that fitted quite well into this. So I don't think you should sue. I would be sad if you were to do that. Hello, Jers, welcome to the stream. Yeah, in left is the game. No, this is the Abyss. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm just going to encourage you all to come and join the game. QQAC. Yes, that is the same sound effect that I use, and that is the question. Quack, quack. A cow. Oh, quick, quick. A cow. So. This is the... Oh, you won't be for long, Topper. Don't worry, it alphabetizes you in a minute. This is the Abyss. You need to join at the start if you want to take part in any of the game. I'm not going to say anything about it. It is largely... It's sort of a lobby and hot seat game combined. It's sort of the closest thing I could probably compare it to is probably Spotlight of my originals. Not just because the text asset is the same. But yes, this is the Abyss. I'm not going to tell you anything about those 9 things in the middle. I will let that be explained in a minute. But I will say this game uses physics, and I was very excited to use physics. It is also a largely self-running game, so once I press go, that is then going to be it until the final. I thought if I see the gauntlet back, then the gauntlet is the product of a bygone age. It's so poorly coded that it was just something I wanted to do. My second foray into trying an original that didn't really work out. My first obviously being Danger Zone, and then Google That I think was my second original, which I think ended up being a little bit more successful. I'll give you another 30 seconds to join, and then the game will begin and the rules will be explained to you. Do come join. Penny integration is in. You will get 5 pennies for every question that you get right in this game. It is a game for everybody in the main part of the game, but the final will be only a handful of people. And then at the end, there is only one winner. There are no medals associated with this game, certainly not yet. Unlike with Spotlight, where there's the Spotlight winner and then gold, silver, bronze in the lobby. There is only one winner, like the Escape Artist or the Purge. But I have an idea for what I am going to do with it that sort of slightly borrows from 15 to 1, but I'll explain that as we go. One final thing I will say is that this game comprises question packs from 5 or possibly 6 different writers. For the purposes of differentiating the styles of questions, I have put different names from prominent question writers in the community above the questions, but I wrote all of the questions this evening, so thank you and possibly apologies in advance if you see your name above a question that you didn't write. I think it's Clive, Samster, Oni, David, and myself are the 5 names I have cited as question writers. They are all by me, but just to show you the sort of things that this game can do, I've put different author names above different questions just to show you, yeah, what's going on there. So, if anyone else is joining, 10 seconds. Yeah, thank you, Samster, and apologies. 9, 8. No, it's not sentient, but just different styles of questions. You'll see when we get there. 7, 6, 5. Hello, Hallie. We're about to play The Abyss. If you want to play, you need to type in the code. 6. Did I say 6? 5. They've all got a theme to them, David. I don't think they're that terrible. I don't think I'm a terrible question writer. I don't think I'm as good as you, though. 4, 3. Yes, it is the first time it's been played, effrontery. 2. Type in QQAC. As Dev has just demonstrated. Dev, you need to type that again to come back in. 2. Did I not? Okay, go back to 3 again. There you are. Hallie or Hattie. 2. 1. David, are you playing? I can't actually see you. David, are you playing or are you just going to watch from the wings? Yeah, I'm struggling on counting to 10. Or counting back from 10. Hallie, what you will need is Persephone's Twitch bot, because that's the thing you're going to whisper the answers to, and any new players who aren't familiar. There is no spell checker on this. Your answers must be exact. And more on that in just a minute. 1/2. 11. Right, we'll call that 0 then. Wasn't it called the abacus? Ha! Yeah, quite. Here we go. Let's lock you in. Here's how to play the Abyss. First of all, we welcome 9 players to the Abyss Arena. Davey, the first one in. And Samster. It's Sotley. Effrontery. Claire. Topper. Colo. Derek. And Amy, you are in the Abyss Arena. Here's how you play. Players attempt to answer up to 50 questions by whispering the answers to Persephone's Twitch bot. Thank you, Solly. I was quite pleased with those. Use the crossword clues to assist you. You'll be getting crossword clues at the end. Your spelling must be exact. If players in the Abyss Arena answer a question incorrectly or abstain, they lose a life and drop a level. After the third incorrect answer or abstention, they drop into the Abyss and are out of the game. A player from the wings will be selected to replace them, with better performing players having a better chance of gaining entry. Arena players' lives are revitalised when they achieve 5, 15 or 30 points. So your lives will be revitalised as soon as you hit one of those milestones. Other than that, it's 3 lives and you're out. After question 50, the players in the Abyss Arena progress to the final. So players in the wings, you will get 5 pennies for every point you have at the end, and those points count up whether you're in the Abyss or not. You have separate scores when you are in the Abyss Arena. 15 seconds for each question, timer on the bottom left. Question count down there on the bottom right. There are purportedly 5 different question writers in this, and there are 5 different styles of questions. So if you are a question writer, again, like Spotlight, it's lots of people writing shorter packs, although I do handpick the packs in advance. 10 questions from each writer. All the writers in this case are me, but they have all got a different style to them. Whispering the answer to Persephone's Twitch bot, answers to Persephone's Twitch bot, and once you drop into the Abyss, another player will replace you. Good luck to you all. Those are the rules of play. Let's play the Abyss. So, starting off with author surname of the Catcher in the Rye, 8 letters. Salinger is what we were after there. Green if you were right, red if you were wrong. And 4 players in the Abyss Arena dropping life already. On we go, question 2. What is the name of the main antagonist in the Shakespeare play Othello? 4 letters. Iago was the answer. Topicolo and Dev in danger of dropping into the Abyss already. Question 3. You can catch more flies with blank than you can with vinegar. 5 letters. Honey was the answer, and Topper and Cola, you have dropped into the Abyss and you are out of the game. 2 players to replace them. Energia joining. And Innis joining the game. On we go. Question number 4. Top row of the keyboard only. The ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. So all of the David questions will be answered using just the top row of the keyboard. Pi is the answer. Sea of green there. Let's go on to question 5. Which Disney princess had friends called Gus and Jacques? 10 letters. Cinderella. It was the answer there. Sam Stewart and Sotley, Derek and Amy all on 5, but won't be revitalised because they've still got all their lives intact. That's not a duck. A media investigator or journalist, often on TV or radio. 8 letters. Notice that the questions have been shuffled. They are not all in just a block of this person's questions. They are shuffled. Answers using just the top row of the keyboard. Reporter is what we're answering. And Dev, I'm afraid you have dropped into the abyss and you are out the game. You're replaced by Zeus. Welcome to the game. Question 7. We're after the name of a film. Every magic trick consists of 3 parts or acts. The first part is called The Pledge. 2006, 3/8. We're after the Prestige. Claire, I'm afraid you have dropped into the abyss on 4 and you are out of the game. You're going to be replaced by... Oh, Effrontery has been revitalised. Effrontery, you're back to 3 lives. There you go, back to the top. And 3 Ruckus, welcome to the game. On we go. Question 7. Question 18. It never rains, but it blank. I will add that players can only rejoin the Abyss Arena after everybody else in the lobby has already played. Amy getting that one wrong, dropping a level. So yes, if we get through everybody in the lobby, then it will reset and then you can come back in for a second chance. The state or quality of lasting forever. Top row of keyboard, 10 letters. Amy, you've dropped into the abyss and you are out of the game. Perpetuity was the answer. Ash, welcome to the game. In which you have stated the city Nashville, 9 letters. You've dropped into the abyss. Bad luck missing out on that revitalisation. You're out of the game. Brand new Halo. You're back in. Let's go on to question number 11. Oh, Innis, you've been revitalised. You're back up to 3 lives. You'll be released to here. Welcome back. Here's your next question. Again, author surname, Little Dorrit. Dickens, Charles Dickens, who wrote Little Dorrit. Ah, Derek losing a life there, that backspace key. Need to get 6 in a row to revitalise Derek. Top row of the keyboard again. To decay or decompose, 3 letters. Is to rot, and it's Sotley. That is what you're going to do in the abyss. I'm afraid you're out of the game. Hey, wait, you're in. Question 13. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. 1939, 4434. Gone with the wind is what we were after. Ash, you have dropped into the abyss. I'm afraid you're out of the game. Zeus, you got your first revitalisation there. Back up to 3 lives. Doing 5 points. And Ash is going to be replaced by Free Ruckus has been revitalised as well, hitting 5 with breather here. So natural breaks built into the game. Well done, Hattie, getting a point there. Hallie getting a point there. Cheers, welcome to the game. Question 14. Top row of the keyboard again. Mario's Big Mushroom or Fire Flower, for example. 7 or 5-2. Sea of Green in the Abyss Arena power-up is what we were after. There we go, question 15. What is the name of the coffee shop in the US sitcom Friends? Central Perk was the answer. A front through with a score of 10. I'm afraid you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Toot joins us. Welcome, Toot. 10 is good. Here we go. He called me vermin, she called me rodent. 2014, 9236. We're after the film. Oh, we could be in for a world of hurt here. Guardians of the Galaxy was the answer. Samster and Derek, you have dropped into the abyss and you are out of the game. ABB replacing in one shoot, and Shapes replacing in another. Over keyboard again, the currency of most members of the EU. Hoping for a sea of green here. We have indeed got a sea of green. It's of course the euro. No revitalizations. On we go. Question number 18. There's more than one way to blank a cat. 4 letters. Seconds. Skin was the answer. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Pet a cat. Stronk. Here we go, 19. The apple never rolls far from the blank. Seconds. Not flay. No, not flay. Although that could have been a possible other answer. That's my bad if that is the case. Tree was, of course, the answer. All good. Jay White, you're getting a revitalisation here. Back up to 3 lives. Give us some breathing room. As we go on to question number 20. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. 1964, we need the film. You are, Harry, you're getting there. Goldfinger was the film we were after. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Cheers, you've been revitalised. You've hit 5. You're back in. 3 lives. Here we go, question number 21. Use crossword clues to help you. Top row of the keyboard again. Hamlin had a famous pied one. Piper, yes, the Pied Piper of Hamlin. We're getting some revitalizations here. Toot, you're back up to 3 live, having hit 5 correct. Well played. And Innes as well. Only getting 1 wrong out of the last 10. You're revitalised, and you're back up to 3 lives. Shapes won't need to be revitalised because you're still on platform number 1. Question 22. What's the first name of Henry VIII's first legitimate child to reach adulthood? First name of the first child to reach adulthood. With 4 letters, it is Mary. Mary is what we were after there. Let's drop it down a level there. On we go, question 23. A blank in time saves 9. 6 letters. It's a Stitch. Stitch in time. Just dropping down a level there. No one in the abyss just yet. Zeus has hit 15, but is still at level 1. I'm the King of the World. 1997. 7 letters. We need the film. Titanic, of course it was. Spoilers, he wasn't. Yes, Titanic is what we're after there. Onwards we go. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. 2003, 7 and 4. And this is the halfway mark, question number 25. Loose on 16. Oh, a brand new Halo dropping into the abyss there. Finding Nemo was the answer. Gonna have some revitalizations here though. 3 ruckus, you've been revitalized, you've hit 15 correct. Back in with 3 lives, and a new player is going to enter. Abstock, welcome to the game. Into the second half of the pack then. Question 26. Top row of keyboard. In electronics, a place where power or information leaves a system. Output is what we're after, Jers. You have dropped into the abyss. And you're out the game. Cetra, you have come in to take that place. Let's go on. Top row of keyboard again. The 18th letter of the English alphabet. Just 1 letter needed here. It's R. R is the 18th letter of the alphabet, and shapes you have dropped into the abyss on that question. Lagnag, you are in the game. It is a poor blank who blames his tools. Seven or 4 and 3. Workman, it is a poor workman who blames his tools. Player's losing a life there. On we go, question number 29. And what the hell is that smell? I could have been at a barbecue. 1996, 12 and 3 were after the film. Independence Day, and we've got some casualties here. AB Me, Jay White and Free Ruckus dropping into the abyss. Bad luck. Lewis T has joined the game, as has Lingo Maniac, and our third new entry, Riff Raccoon. Welcome in. Thanks, Dev. I did like that one. To kill 2 birds with 1 blank. 5 letters. It is to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Stone is what we're after there. Also, I think Sparrow may be AFK, full sweep of the board, which is nice to see. Question 31. Which tennis Grand Slam is played on a clay surface? 364 or 64 or 66? There's clues within the clues there. Yeah, the French Open, Roland Garros was the 6-6 there. Would also have been accepted. Question 32, incoming. Author's surname, we're back to authors. Wuthering Heights. 6 letters. Bronte was the answer, and Cetra, you have dropped into the abyss and you are out the game. David comes to replace you. Welcome in. Next question. Another author surname, we're after Brave New World. Who wrote Brave New World? Huxley, Aldous Huxley was the answer there. Not losing any players, but Toot will be relieved to hear that he is being revitalised at that point. Toot's going back up to 3 lives. You've got that 15-point mark. Zeus is clinging on that last life on 23. Lagnag, you've also been revitalised. You're back up to 3 lives. On we go. And Evil takes a human form in Regina George, 2004, 4 and 5. Mean Girls was the answer to that one. Great film. Take my hairband out a minute. Because I washed my hair just before stream. Oh, never mind. Max Vengeroff and Nicola Benedetti are best known for playing which instrument? 6 letters. Come on, Hairband. Come on. Just annoying me now. Violin was the answer. Yes, they're both violinists. Sea of Green in the Abyss Arena. It always does this if I put it in right after I wash it. Racing around like a bull in a blank 5-4. China Shop is the right answer. Sea of Green again, we've got some big scores building in the Abyss Arena. And Lingo is revitalising, having hit 5. You're back up to 3 lives. Likewise, Riff up to 5. You will be revitalised and you will rejoin us with 3. A little breather for our players in the wings as we go to question number 37. What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English in what? 1994, 4 and 7. Pulp Fiction. What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English in what? English, mother. Do you speak it? Great film. I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger. 2008, 346. It's The Dark Knight. Oh, Innes with the score of 29. You are into the abyss along with Lagnag and Digital David. Proogs joins the game at this point. As does Big Man Aaron. As does Mark. Welcome all 3 of you as we go to the final 12 questions. Question 39 next. Author surname, Finnegan's Wake. That is not a typo, there is no apostrophe in that title. It's deliberately ambiguous, and it is a stupid book. Joyce, James Joyce, Zeus and Lingo drop into the abyss. Another heartbreak there. 28 points going into the abyss. Hallie, you're in the game. And Apodo Nueva, you're here too. Let's go on to question number 40. Final stretch. Crime and Punishment. We're after author surname with 11 letters. Spelling does count. Dostoevsky was the answer. Riff, I'm afraid you've dropped into the abyss and you are out of the game. We welcome NPL Darts. Welcome to the game. 10 questions left to survive. What is the currency of Denmark? 5 or 6-5? It's the krone or Danish krone. I don't know if you got that. No eliminations there. Question 42. Studying Scarlet. Author surname 5 or 5-5? It was one of those obnoxious questions. When sorting my bookcase, I didn't know if it came under C or D, so like Doyle and Conan Doyle were acceptable. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was the answer. Tab stop, you've been revitalised, you've hit 15, you're back up to 3 lives. Strong position to be in. You're going to be not necessarily a shoe-in for the final, but 7 questions to go. Here's 43. Les Miserables. Author surname, 4 letters. 8 questions to go, sorry, my bad. Ali, you've dropped into the abyss. Ugo, Victor Ugo was the answer. Ali, you're out of the game. Placed by Listwitz, welcome on in. You go into the abyss. Yes, indeed. The interrobang is made by combining the question mark with which other piece of punctuation? Exclamation mark was the answer, and spelling it does count in this game. That's why you got your crossword clues there. Brooks, you've been revitalised. You're back up to 3 lives. 6 questions to go. Question 45. Happy as a blank in mug. 3 letters. Pig. Happy as a pig in mug. Or indeed a pig in shit is the alternative phrase there. Lewis, you've been revitalised. Up to 15 points. 5 questions left to answer. You only need to get 3 of them. Apodo, likewise, you've been revitalised, hitting 5. NPL Dart won't need to be revitalised. Mark is going to be revitalised as well after hitting 5. Well played. Back in with 3. Here's your next question. Those who live in blank shouldn't throw stones. 5-6. Glass houses was the answer. Those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Derek currently leading the lobby with 41, worth pointing out. Author surname, the Count of Monte Cristo, 5 letters. Dumas, Alexandre Dumas, the Count of Monte Cristo. Final 3 questions then. Can you survive? Author surname, Brideshead Revisited, 5 letters. War, Evelyn War was the answer. Listwitz at the last second. You have dropped into the abyss. Whoever replaces you is getting a fast track to the final. Lupine, welcome to the game. 2 more questions. What is the name of Dua Lipa's 2020 album release? Oh, toot! 28 points with 1 question to go. You have dropped into the abyss along with Apodo Nuevo and you are out of the game. Connor joins us. As does Sparrow, who isn't here. Well, there we go. One more final question. Top row of keyboard. The customary code of polite behaviour in society or among members of a particular profession or group. Top row of keyboard only. Etiquette was the answer. Tap, stop and proves on that last question. You have dropped into the abyss and are out the game. You will be replaced by... Oh, look at this. We've gone full circle. Toot's back in. And Shapes is back in. That's a bit of karma there for Toot. But after 50 questions, it's time for the final. So, Toot coming back in on 0 points going into the final. So that's how the main thrust of the game works. Our finalists this week are Lupine, Lewis, Connor, Sparrow in absentia, NPL Dart, Toot, Shapes, Big Man Aaron, and Mark. Very well done. And congratulations to Derek and Samster leading the lobby with 44 points. Currently no prize for the lobby. I need to think a little bit about that. Oh, hello. Thank you for the follow there, Hallie. Welcome on in. Hope you're keeping well. And I hope you enjoy the game. Yes, you passed. You 9 have survived. I am going to think about what I can do to reward the lobby players, because for the rest of the lobby players, if you're not in the arena now, the game is now over. Obviously, you get the pennies, so your score times 5. That'll be nice, and that will be automatically added on, which is nice. I'll explain what I'm planning to do long term with this going into the final, because obviously some people are coming into the final with 0. I will explain what my plan is, but for now, let's go to the final. So, here are the rules of play, and yes, I am aware this looks like something out of a Saw film. The 9 finalists attempt to answer numerical-based questions by whispering the answers to Persephone's Twitch bot. Whisper them as whole numbers. There are no decimals without integers. Without punctuation, so no commas, full stops, or anything like that. After each question, the player who is furthest away from the correct answer will drop into the abyss and is out of the game. In the event of an exact tie, the player who answered fastest will take priority. So it's a little bit of relativity being channeled here. When one player remains, they are declared the winner. The points they amassed in the Abyss Arena will be added to the leaderboard. I'll explain a bit more about that moving forward. Not maths-based, it's more like relativity. If you played Ashes on relativity, then that'll be... If you don't answer, you'll be given max.int and therefore almost certainly be furthest away. Those are the rules of play. So everyone who was in the lobby before, your pennies will be added on when the credits roll, but for now it is over to spectator event. I'm very happy with this scene as well. I'm really happy with how it's come out actually. So without any further ado, let's play the final. Thank you, Effrontery, you're very kind. What is the sum of the first 150 prime numbers? Note you have 30 seconds rather than 15 now. Sum of the first 150 prime numbers. A couple of players getting in. Mark and Big Man Aaron. MPL darts in. 10 seconds. I'm going to need an answer. Here we go, some answers coming in now. Last 5 seconds. I think Sparrow is AFK, will be the first player into the abyss here. Let's have a look and see what you said. Lewis, 6969. This is a random order, by the way. Mark saying 2000. Okay. MPL saying 2345. Big Man Aaron went for 400. Oh, it's estimation, Ali. I'm not expecting anybody to know this. 11,501 for shapes. Connor went for 18,596. Sparrow did not answer, will be giving max.int. That's the idea, Lewis. Toot is going for 1,000. Lupine, 23,233. And that's all of them. The correct answer is a lot higher, 59,269. Furthest away, if we know, Sparrow Castle, into the abyss you go. So yes, the 150th prime was about 800 and something. So, on we go to the next question. As they appear in the credits of Blackadder Season 4, how many combined letters are there in the names of the characters played by Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie? 20 seconds. Mark's first in. It's coming in 10 seconds now. All players have answered. Last 5 seconds. Let's see what you said then. Mark went for 50. Okay. Again, this is a random order that it presents it to you here. Lewis, go for 65. MPL, 35. Okay. Big Man Aaron, 240. Quite a lot of characters. Connor, 987. That's even more. Toot went for 45. And Lupine went for a nice round 100. Shapes, 46. Well, let's take a look. The answer was 86. So I think it's going to be Connor. It is indeed Connor. Into the abyss you go. General Sir Anthony Cecil Hogmanay Melchett and the Right Honourable George Colthurst and Lieutenant St Barley or something like that. Next question. What is the total word count of the 7 Harry Potter novels? Mark again the first to answer here. MPL, Toot, Lupine, all in. 5 seconds. Lewis, Big Man Aaron, and Shapes all getting answers in. Total word count of the 7 Harry Potter novels then. Again, going to Mark first. Going for 1 million. 1 million. Lewis? 1,250,000. Shapes. 423,005. MPL going for 825,000. Lupine. 2,675,134. Big Man Aaron. 400,500. And Toot. 100,001. Correct answer was, in fact, 1,084,170. Who's furthest away? It's Lupine with 2.6 million. You're into the abyss. On we go. Next question. How many electrons are there in 54,321 gold atoms? I was going to get the other battery for my pipe because this one has died. Just mark so far. Last few seconds. MPL, Lewis, Big Man Aaron in, Shapes in. Toot, need an answer. Toot! Toot did not get an answer in. Is going to drop into the abyss as the only player who didn't do so. Thanks, AJ. Welcome back. Shapes going for 425,000. Big Man Aaron, 4,069,000. Ah, that's why I didn't process it too. Yeah, no commas. MPL Dark going for 2 million. Lewis, 4.4 million. Mark, 1 million again. Twice in a row you've gone for 1 million. Let's have a look. There are 4,291,359. Sadly, it is going to be Toot who aired with the comma, and into the abyss you go. 5 players remain. 80 times 55,000 served you well, Lewis. It did indeed. Next question. Accurate as of 14th of October 2021, the world record for Dark Souls 3 currently stands at how many seconds? This is any percentage, if it makes any difference. You gotta whisper it, Mark. There we go. Good man. How many seconds to complete Dark Souls 3? Have a look. Shapes. 12,456. MPL. 50,000. Lewis. 5,069. Big Man Aaron going for 2,000. What did Mark go for? 10 million. The actual correct answer is 1,908. It's about 34 minutes. It's pretty fast. Mark there, quite a long way out. And you drop into the abyss. And then there were 4. Lewis, Shapes, MPL Dart, and Big Man Aaron. Assuming they all grew up to have the expected number, what is the combined total of teeth and legs in Enid Blyton's The Famous Five? Should probably be of Enid Blyton's The Famous Five. MPL, 5 seconds. MPL? And no answer received again. Lewis going for 170. You've got to whisper at MPL Dart. Big Man Aaron going for 160. I don't think it did, MPL. No, I'm afraid not. No answer received. Bad luck. And what did Shapes go for? 145. If you went for 150, MPL Dart, you would actually not have been furthest away. The answer was 182. It would have been Shapes taking the drop. But unfortunately, you didn't get your answer to the bot. And it's off to the abyss. 3 players remain. Lewis, Big Man Aaron, and Shapes. Here's your next question. According to Google Maps, if I travel from Peter and Paul Fortress in St. Petersburg to St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican via St. Peter's Church in Petersfield in the UK, how many kilometres would I travel? Too many is right, Joe White. 10 seconds. Shapes is in. Big Man Aaron and Lewis also in. Lewis first. 5,001. Shapes. 6,240. According to Google Maps topper, Big Man Aaron, 21,000. I think it was by car, for what it's worth. The actual answer, 4,789. Not as many as Aaron thought. And your reward is a trip to the Abyss. They are, David. I haven't quite figured out why that is. In fact, you can see Lewis is very off-centre now. Final question then. How many heart pips appear on the faces of the cards in a standard bicycle deck? Yes, the avatar boxes are, and I'm not sure why they keep moving. Before, they were there for the entire opening game, and some of them disappeared completely. I don't think there are any colliders on the main circle, the big circle mesh. Answers from both players. Bicycle deck is just a standard deck of cards. Cheers. Lewis then first. Go for 75. And shapes. Going for 51. The correct answer was 87, because you've got the hearts underneath each of the numbers as well as the ones on the faces. It does mean that shapes, into the abyss you go. And after 58 questions, winner is Lewis T with a score of 90. Congratulations, you have survived the abyss. Oh, good game indeed. So, that's my new game, The Abyss. Yes, a timer fell into the abyss as well. Sad. Okay, so a few things, and anything that you have got strong thoughts on, please do go to the Discord and pop it into the suggestions section. So here's my plan. I want to think about something else to reward the lobby players at the end of the lobby game. I am aware it's quite a brutal game. It's about stamina, and it's very possible for players to end up here in the final with no points. This is one of the reasons I'm not doing medals, gold, silver, and bronze, and survive. I mean, you'll get a survivor mark once I do it on the spreadsheet, the app, Lewis. You'll get a Survive the Abyss medal. But what I am actually thinking is that this is going to take on more like a sort of 15-1 style bent, and that'll be long term, and that after we've done, I don't know, 20 games or whatever, the top 9 players will go into a cyclical game where once they drop out, they restart on 0 points. But there's a cash prize at the end, which will be £10 plus whatever points you get into on the final. So if this had been the final, Lewis coming in with 19 points would have won £10 plus £19, so he would have won £29. So that's what I'm thinking long term for a big sort of season finale of this game. I'll need to engineer it so that other players can still join in, but not ever be picked for the Abyss Arena. That's sort of what I'm thinking, as well as having the general lead order. A bit like Spotlight works. You have the high score, and again, Spotlight is a game that rewards you for the longer you stay in, whereas this one it also sort of rewards you. The longer you can stay in the game, the more points you get. So you can win the game with 0, or you can win the game with 50. Which means if we do a big sort of finale event with the highest scoring 9 players doing a cyclical game, they end up with £60 if they can do that. So I'm quite happy with the aesthetics as well. I did have a little play in Blender to make this with the holes in it. I've used an asset called Shapes as well, and to get some of the nice designs. So I'm generally quite happy with how it's turned out. As you can see, so the question packs we had there were the ones that were from me, which were the fill in the missing word from the idiom. There were questions that were cited as from Clive, which were just general knowledge trivia. The ones that were from Oni, which were name the film from the quote. there were the ones that were from Samster, which were named the author from the book, and then there were the ones from David, which was a bit quirky, sort of dictionary definition Cryptex style, but just using the top row of the keyboard. So there's a lot of scope to theme packs. One thing that I do want to say, because it's such a stamina-intensive game, the questions really need to be easier than some of the other things we'd see. So the odd one or two difficult within a pack is fine, but I'm not setting any gradient of gradually getting harder. I think because there is because there's such an expectation on players to last for a long time, you kind of need to have the questions be fair and reflect that. Because if we had, 50 questions that were the last round of the Escape Artist, for example, you're going to have a lot of falling through, and you're only going to get players right at the very end coming into the game. Something that occurred to me actually as we were playing there, as it got towards the end, it was players who had not got as many points were the ones that were more likely to be coming in towards the end, which is, I'm not sure if that is a good thing or a bad thing at the moment, and I want to air it here because it's only just occurred to me that it's a thing. I mean, it just so happened with the number of players that we had and the sort of the throughput of players, it did sort of feel like towards the end, and as we saw, Toot came back in at the end because Toot had we'd done a full cycle. Everybody in the lobby had a chance in the arena, which I think is also a really nice touch. In a way, I was sort of thinking it's the Royal Rumble of quizzes. So the longer you stay in, the longer you're there, the harder it becomes to survive. But potentially the greater the rewards are. So if you're into wrestling, that was sort of what I was thinking. So I'm very curious as to what you think. Yes, the Royal Rumble, indeed, I do say. I also need to fix this avatar thing because this is clearly a problem that has not been fixed. I might need to consult with Ash on some Unity physics stuff. I'm assuming it's because all these avatar boxes have got, if I can show you this without dropping him into the abyss, hopefully I can do this. If I actually grab Lewis here and pick him up, you'll see he just falls back down because he's got a component called a rigid body, which means he responds to physics. So if I pick him up, and he's going to try and pull back down. Yeah, you can see him actually moving around. So I imagine it's something to do with the way it's moving. The rigid body's responding to that. So I might have to do something like make them kinematic until it's time for them to drop. But that's a me problem. Lots of suggestions. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I imagine that some people may not like it. Some people might like the aesthetic, but not the style. I'm very curious as to what you think. Genuinely am. But I'm glad that you like the style. I'm glad that we've had lots of people to try or run it. Yeah, again, it's a game that's going to require lots of writers to write just a handful of relatively easy questions that have got a sort of theme, not necessarily a subject theme like all on geography or all on film, although I did do one or two of those tonight. But they've got a theme running through them. One thing that you can't have is ones where question 1 and where questions 1 to 9 have a theme, and then question 10 is what is the connection, because the order is randomized. So things like that won't really work in this game because of that factor. But anyway, Lewis, you are the inaugural winner of the Abyss. Very many congratulations to you. I look forward to reading your feedback. I might even pop into general voice chat and have a quick chat with folks who are in there, see if anybody's got any immediate thoughts. But thank you all very much for playing. I hope you enjoyed it. I've been working on that for the last couple of weeks. I'm quite happy with how it's turned out, and I'm glad that it basically went without any hitches tonight. Things that are happening before we wrap up. I was going to go raid Huds, but it looks like he's finished. So let's raid Gooey, because Gooey's doing Tomb Raider 3 ones. I'm watching a lot of that at the moment. Gooey 001 underscore. We're going to raid them and say hi, and the raid message is just going to be, of course, the Abyss, which will look very nihilistic, I'm sure, when we get there. Things that are going on in the next few days. Well, no stream with Top tomorrow. No, Top's taking a week off. It is Ash's big season finale week this week. So if we give Ash a little shout out, he has got 15-1 grand final on Monday, Relativity on Wednesday, Secret Fortune on Thursday, and Outright on Friday. So 4 streams from Bash this week. Do go give him a follow. Go give him some love. That's his season 7, I think it is, finale of Quiz Night. So do go give him some support. As for me, I am going to be back on Tuesday with, that's right here, twitch.tv/royal_flush, with Danger Zone 2, courtesy of Toot, and 2 Red Herrings packs from Big Man Aaron and Lupine, if memory serves. We've got Spotlight at Happy Hour at 3 p.m. on Thursday, and then next Saturday, 2 more games of Buzz Off, and we've got Risky Business, which I think comes from Riff, if memory serves. Topper is here Sunday week, the 24th, with Rebound as well. So, those are all the things. I'll give Topper a shout out. He's not on tomorrow, but he is here Sunday week. I'm here Tuesday and Saturday, 8 p.m, and Thursday at 3 p.m, all British summertime. No clock checking soon. And a message from our sponsor, Zeusless.
Really fun stream. Thanks, Ben. Person fencing ping pong goal net person playing handball.
Thank you very much for the 100 bits there, Zeus. I have enjoyed myself as well. And thank you to Connor for gifting out a sub to Hallie. Hallie, welcome to the family. Do come join the Discord server. And it'd be lovely to have you. Thank you very much for your generosity there as well, Connor. Yes, I'm here Tuesday and Saturday evenings, Thursday afternoon. Ash is here Monday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday evenings, and Topper is here next Sunday with all the stuff. As ever, this and more in the Discord server. Do come and join us. It'd be lovely to have you there. Look forward to reading your suggestions. Thanks so much for playing. Congratulations to all our winners tonight. Thank you to all of our question writers. And, thank you for that follow as well. Lagnag, welcome to the stream. A great performance, has to be said, in the opening of the Abyss tonight. Some really strong play there. And David gifting out 2 community subs there as well to Yuki Mochi and Reeswin. Welcome on in. Thank you for the generosity, David. Starting a second hype trade at the end of the night. I shan't wait for it to leave the station. I am going to wrap up. We are going to go and raid GUI with the raid message hashtag The Abyss. And I look forward to hearing more from you very, very soon. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be splendid and marvellous and safe with everyone out there. And before we finish, a message from our sponsor, Dev.
Loud noises.
Yes, loud noises indeed. And thank you very much for the 100 bits there, Dev. Take care of yourselves, everybody. I look forward to seeing you in the week. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Take care. Peace out. I've been Royal Flush. Peace out. It feels wrong to say it in that order. Take care. I have been Royal Flush. You've been watching Game Night. Take care. Peace out. And a very good night to you all.